Damn, I'm muted. My bad. What's up, people? Welcome to the Rewind. Grab your favorite breakfast cereal or whatever you like to eat for breakfast and join me and Bryon today because we got a great show for y'all. Make sure to stay tuned.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We did it. Look, I made the Saturday show, guys. I did it. Yay.
Yes. What is up? We are back. That is correct. You do not need to adjust your screens or anything. Bryon the Grizzly is back in the house after leaving me hanging for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. He is here. Family gets in the way sometimes, and that's how we do. What's up, brother?
Hey, shout out to Tank for trying to take over for that 2 weeks ago. Appreciate you, man, because that was it's not easy. It's not easy to do this stuff. So trying to figure it out on the run, that was so great. But no, I'm glad to be back in my own chair, here with you guys. It's so much fun. I was eating cereal right before we started too, so sorry to put that to the side. But that's what we should be doing. I want to talk about all these fun things, so I cannot wait. I was gonna have to get tired of me texting them because I was like, "Look, dude, we gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this." So
it's okay. I had a whole bunch of things. I was like, "We gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this," because we missed a week or two, so there was a lot to get into. Let me get to the people in the chat. Fernando is in the house. He said, "Buenos dias, my friend."
Good morning.
Collector Movie Man, he already told us yesterday that he was going to be joining us this morning, so thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Always a pleasure. Breakfast with Spoiler Kings and Big Afford Entertainment. Doesn't get no better than that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't get no better than that. Today I'm going to see Roofman at 4:10, and my mom is seeing After the Hunt at 3:10.
I think actually I'm gonna go see After the Hunt. Because my wife loves Julia Roberts, so we're gonna go see it. So it is what it is. This is some of the worst box office times I've ever experienced. The last 4 weeks have been horrible. So I'm just excited to be able to go to the movie theater and see some popcorn because there's nothing else out.
And it's one of the reasons why we kind of were like, you know what, we'll skip the box office for this week, because it would have just ended up me ranting about that Tron Ares movie, and I'm like, nah, we don't need to do that because. Yeah.
You know what comes out this week, actually?
Which comes out?
So they're doing the 40th, is it the 40th year release of The Last Dragon?
They're coming out in theaters?
Yeah, they're re-releasing The Last Dragon.
That ain't coming out over here in theaters. Maybe over there where you are, we're not getting that. Because if we getting that, I'm seeing it in theater because I never seen it in theater.
I was like, man, I want to have my Bruce Leroy outfit. I'm put my whole red dragon suit. Let's go into the dragon. I'm going to be in the pop locker. Let's go.
I saw Black Phone 2 last night. It's really good. Way better than the first one. Interesting.
Really?
Huh. Think I'm going to check it out. Definitely. I still need to see Black Phone. Still haven't seen it yet.
No, let's go back to Black Phone 2. Just don't even worry about it.
Yeah. So Bryon is back. That is correct. He is back. Next week, I'm seeing 3 movies in 1 week. Next Thursday at 7:00, I'm seeing the Frankenstein movie. Then Friday, I'm seeing the Springsteen movie, and then Chris Stuckman movie. Wow.
Hey, I am going to see Frankenstein and the Chris Stuckman movie because we've been worried about that, talking about that for a long time. So, and you want to support a fellow YouTuber, someone who's been doing this stuff. So, yeah, I feel you.
Absolutely, 100%. You know what I mean? Hope you enjoy them. I'm still behind on a few movies that I wanted to see, but I'm definitely going to catch up on those. G Major said, "What up, though?" Thank you for popping in, G Major. Much appreciated.
Super. What up, though? Super Detroit. Let's go, Detroit. What? Let's go. I love it.
100%. But guys, it is that time. We will be getting into our first topic. Let's do it. All right, hold on. Let me get rid of this comment real quick on the stream there. Sometimes YouTube, these stuff there kind of messes it up and crap. So we want to make sure everything is on point, and let's do it. All right, guys. So, first topic on the agenda today, and I don't know if any of y'all have seen it or have been paying attention, but it says here that Lawrence Fishburne is open to play Charles Xavier in X-Men reboot and shuts down joining the Star Wars universe. It's funny too because I just seen that this morning where it was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, Lawrence Fishburne in Star Wars universe," but hopefully he shuts that down because we already know how Star Wars is. But
You can't have both of them in there. You can't have both Samuel L. Jackson and Lawrence Fishburne. You know they think all black people look alike, especially those two. They get confused for each other all the time. You can put both of them in Star Wars. There's only 4 black people in Star Wars. You can't have both of two of them look alike. That doesn't make any sense.
Facts, 100%. You know what? Hey, you know what? If you want to put them both in Star Wars, go ahead. Put them both in Star Wars. I'm good with it. You know what I mean? The
I
more
I just don't want
people
to
of color,
explain to
the
people.
better.
I don't want to explain people that those aren't the same people all the time. I don't want to have to go through that conversation over and over again.
Be like, hey, Lawrence Fishburne and Samuel Jackson in the same movie. Yeah, we don't want to be doing that. We don't want to be doing that. But the article says Lawrence Fishburne is clear about which film franchise he would like to join and has made it known at New York Comic Con. Stay tuned towards the end because we got a lot of stuff to discuss when it comes to the New York Comic Con. So that's going to be interesting. But the Matrix actor has made it known that he's open to joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe as X-Men gets rebooted, but is not keen on the idea of joining the Star Wars universe. I know that they're talking about the X-Men now, Fishburne said during a panel at a convention. So at this point, I want one of two things. The first thing would be, what do you think about Lawrence Fishburne as Professor X? Marvel's Kevin Feige confirmed the studios is working on a reboot of X-Men with Thunderbolts director Drake Schreier, sorry for if I mispronounced that name,
Shire is fine.
set to helm the film. Brian, what are your thoughts on Lawrence Fishburne being Professor X?
I got few thoughts on it.
Mhm.
My initial idea is that I love Lawrence Fishburne, right? So I'm looking at because he was on the Matrix panel, so that's one of my favorite all time movies. Period. It might be my number one all time favorite movie, The Matrix,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
his portrayal of stuff. I mean, it's just epic. His voice is epic. He's a leader. He's that dude. He was literally playing Professor X in the Matrix. Like that's what he was
Yeah.
doing, right? That's what he was. The whole family's about him. Without Morpheus, he would be lost. But he wasn't the one. But he was the one. He was John the Baptist. If you want to go in the Bible, that's what he was already. But you know how I feel about race bending. At the end of the day, you know how I feel about race
Uh,
bending. It was very big in the Holocaust era. I don't want Magneto not to be. I want him to be Jewish. I think that's very important overall in the grand scheme of things. I just don't need it.
you see, all of that to tell you guys that he don't like race bending.
Yeah,
Ain't
I
that
just
it?
can't. I just can't do
You know what I mean?
it.
Now, I am on the other side of that argument
100%.
where I'm at the point where I don't care, right? I get it that changing him does fundamentally
Change the
change the
character.
character.
Mhm.
100%. It does do that. And I've always said that if it doesn't change the character, then I have no problems with it. Now, one of the reasons why I don't have no problems with it is because you can kind of update it to where slavery or something like that. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of tailored to him being a black person, which you can do. Again, that goes to writing a whole different story and a whole
Mhm.
different Magneto. I get that 100%. But I've always been the type of person who has been more inclined to support the black man playing whatever role. If it means playing a race bend role, it means playing a race bend role. I'm good with it. Do I want to see original characters? 100%. We all do, right? Just because I say that I'm not against race bending doesn't mean that I don't want to see original black characters. Doesn't mean that. But Marvel and these companies, they're not doing that right now, right? So at the end of the day, if playing Professor X, Lawrence Fishburne is established, so there's no like, oh, this is gonna, accelerate his career, make him bigger than he already is. He's big. But if you take a lesser known black actor and you give him a role that could probably propel him to another level, I'm okay with that because I want to see us win, right? I want to see us win. And if it has to be that as a stepping stone, I'm okay with it.
It's piecemeal to me, man. This, the more I think about it, this is where I get to. Am I going to get a white T'Challa now? Is that what you're going to do to me? Is this what's going on? Are you saying if I could go with a black Professor X, am I going to start fundamentally changing the character? There's over 1,000 X-Men comic books, 1,000 storylines. We're about to go into X-Men 97. We have all those things, right? You're telling me you're going to fundamentally change who the character is. Doesn't matter how much I love Lawrence Fishburne. I want him in anything I can, but I don't need him. I don't need this to raise men to get him in. I don't want that. I want you to give him a great character, period. There's other characters he could do. I don't need him to be Professor X. I want more of other things. If we're going to talk about Marvel, you could go into be part of. Let's do Black Panther the right way. Let's do Blue Marvel. Let's do these things like this. Like let's get the freaking Blade movie off the ground. I don't need Lawrence Fishburne as Professor X because Professor X being who he is matters. Like the fact that if you do Professor X, you do Magneto. Magneto being Jewish is everything to the character. It's his motivation. I don't want to lose sight of what that means and how important that is to other people. Because if I lose it for them, then it's gonna lose for me, for the characters that I love.
Is Professor X Jewish? Is he? Professor X is Jewish? I know Magneto is, but I don't know about that about Professor X. So I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't think he's Jewish, but because he's known for a long time. I can't think about what his actually is.
I got you.
Okay. Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Right. Magneto's the Jewish one. So I get it. Right. And you can still make him black and then keep Magneto as the Jewish one. You can still do that and have them.
Where are you going to find them?
But it's kind of hard to say that these two are the best friends at the time that it was. You know what I mean?
I believe he's British. If I'm going to go anywhere, I'm going to say that Professor X is British. Mm-hmm. And then be able to have that big school and then being around during the Holocaust times. And I think you create too many problems and now you're going to have other issues.
I got you. It's just me at the end of the day, I'm just like, you know what? We don't really need to. I guess if they race bend, we do need to go into some sort of backstory, right? Because you're going to need to create a whole new story for. Well, Professor X, if he's not Jewish, then you may not have to change it so far. Like, I don't know. And because there's a lot of alliterations of Professor X's story as he's young before he was crippled, right? There's different tellings of that. So I think you could probably pick one to do it. And you're not wrong when you say that you want to see a Blue Beetle. Shit. Yes. Let's get Blade off the ground. Blade off the ground. Them not being able to do Blade blows my mind. It makes no sense to me because it feels like you just want to put stuff into a Blade movie that you don't need to put into, where you could just have Blade vampires, Blade killing vampires. That's it. That's all you need. You know what I mean? That's not that hard. But they feel like, we got to do all of this stuff. So I get that 100%. But at the same time, I'll never get upset about a black person playing a character. For example, we have the Wonder Man stuff coming out. All right. A lot of people ain't liking that because that's another race bent character. But I don't care. Like,
I understand.
Majority of people don't know who Wonder Man is anyways.
No, that Wonder Man is awful. I'll go on that rant later. But like, so there were rumors before that we were talking about Giancarlo Esposito being Magneto and Lawrence. And Denzel Washington being Professor X. To the same thing. I feel like it's the same thing. It's the core what the character is, and it's not like you're really recreating this character because this is the biggest franchise that Marvel has. Spider-Man I'm saying Spider-Man not being just all Marvel. X-Men is it. So it's hard to change that character. And if you change that, you're gonna be changing anything else. And I want you to give me the great characters that I know that can be done. The fact that we've gone through this far and not even talked about Blue Marvel drives me nuts. He is a top 10 intelligent, powerful. He's magic. It's all the things that they want to do, and then you haven't even done it. So don't give me a black Professor X. Give me Adam. Give me that. So like before we get to that point, establish other black characters that should be there.
And you see, just to close it out to say this, I understand where everybody is coming from. I get it. And I think we're on the only thing that we differ about is the fact that I am more concerned about the black actor going up and doing. That's the only thing we're different about. That's the only thing. Other than that, I agree with everything you guys say about it. I agree that we do need to get original black characters. I agree with boasting up original black characters. I agree with all of that. Me personally, I just feel like I want to see the person that does the role strive, get up there, do something big.
Give him another role. The only difference. I don't want to take the job away. I want you to give me a role that makes sense. Give me a role that should be established, because I don't want a role that he makes this a great job with it, and then all of a sudden it gets changed.
I got you.
It goes right back. So like it's established. Oh, it's going to happen when Samuel L. Jackson when they reboot. It's going to happen.
It is, but I don't care.
Nick Fury's white. It's going to happen.
Okay. So I know we talk about at least, but to be fair, Nick Fury was changed to black in the comic before he was. You know what I mean?
But because they knew they were going to go with Samuel L. Jackson, so
with Samuel Jackson, they changed him. Yeah.
If they did that to Professor X, there'll be riots.
There would, but one last thing I'll say is, and if you listen to Stan Lee, like the X-Men are pretty much supposed to be black people. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The way that black people, exactly. Jewish people, Hispanic people, all the disenfranchised, Latin, Native American, these are all the people that are not in the mainstream. They are disenfranchised people. That's what it is. It's supposed to be. So I 100% agree with that. I just wanted to meet the right way.
I got you. So that's all I'm saying. But let us know what you guys think. Do you think Professor X would be great as Lawrence Fishburne would be great as Professor X? Would you like to see someone else do it? Or would you like to see even, let's just say, another black actor doing it? Because as much as I like Lawrence Fishburne, I want to see younger actors get the shine now. You know what I mean? I want to see unknown actors get the shine now. So I think if you're going to do it, you give it to an unknown, maybe not an unknown, but someone who's like maybe a B-list on the tier of getting to A. You know what I mean? Let him shine. Let him do what you can do. Those are my thoughts. So let us know what you guys think. We're going to get into the comments real quick. And Collector Movie Man said, I'm from Detroit also. I don't live there, but I'm from near there. Near the area.
Get some of that barbecue, some of that. They got some real good Cuban food over there. You go, what up, though? At least they'll accept you in the street for a little bit. So, it's all right.
100%. And I got a lot of family out there in Detroit. So, yeah, man, absolutely. Lawrence Fishburne as Professor X is excellent news. See, that's what I'm talking about, Fernando. We right there,
the
brother.
More you think about it, the more you're going to change your opinion. That's just what it is. The more you think about it, you're like, because it's going to start snowballing. They piecemeal you guys. That's what it is. And all of a sudden, we're gonna get a white T'Challa. We're gonna have Blue Marvel no longer be black.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up again, because you said they're gonna get a white T'Challa. Now we may not have got a white T'Challa, but we did get a white Black Panther. There you go. Right? You see what I'm saying? So
I'm the only. I buy these comics so you don't have to. I read it to know how angry I should be right now. Priest, I am frustrated with you. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you, bro. What happened? Who hurt you?
Collector movie. A black woman, probably. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Nah, we ain't doing this no more." I think Lawrence Fishburne would be a good Xavier, Charles Xavier. I do think so too, 100%. Fernando said, "Agree 100%, Bryon. It's important. Magneto needs to be Jewish, right?" I get that part.
That's super representation. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Said if he can play the part right, he's fine. Absolutely,
Okay.
G Major. I don't mind Lawrence Fishburne would be playing Charles Xavier, but I'm not okay with that Harry Potter TV show trying to cast Snape as a black person and Voldemort as a woman. I get it.
I can understand that. Honestly, I really, because it goes into who that person is.
Mm-hmm.
When it's about the character, it kind of changes who the character is.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. He is Professor X, the one who is alive during the Holocaust, or is Professor X the one who is in the wheelchair?
He's the one
Professor X in the wheelchair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Said Cook, Bryon. Don't encourage this guy, bro. Like he just came back from vacation. We don't want to put Bryon in that
time
situation,
to think about it,
man.
yes.
You know what I mean? Come on, guys. We don't need Bryon cooking. We don't need him cooking. If Professor X is the one who's alive during the Holocaust, then okay. Never mind. I'm cool with that. It needs to be a white actor then. Mm-hmm. Xavier is not Jewish in the comics.
Yeah, I believe he's British. I believe he's British in the comic books, but he's a rich British person that's able to travel throughout Europe and do stuff, and then come here and buy land and start an entire school that's going to work.
Absolutely. And listen, I already done said it. I already done said it, man. If you want to give me a black Justice League, some ghetto ass Justice League, you have a black Batman, a black Superman, a black Wonder Man. Just as long as they're running around the hood, like stopping people from eating fried chicken and stuff, I'm good with it.
I mean, there are black, Batwing. They're black Batman. There's a black Superman. There is that stuff, but you can do that once you have established characters in your universe. You can start to expand it, but you need to be the character first, Like I don't care, when you get past Clark Kent, do I care about John? Like, I mean, like, that's that thing,
100%. Said if not Lawrence Fishburne, who would you like to see as Professor X, and who would you like to see as Magneto? To be honest with you, I thought the Denzel Washington, the Esposito kind of stuff, I thought that was interesting. I thought that would have been a very interesting dynamic if they did that.
I honestly actually agreed for this way, because you can do different things with Magneto. As much as I said he has to be Jewish, what if you made him a black Israelite?
Exactly.
What if you made them, what if you did Moors? What if you you pushed it further into the past? What if you
100.
did stuff like that and say that they've been around for ancient? There's things you can do, but I still can't go away from the 1,200 comic books that we've had. I can't say you're going away from these storylines, but you can explain these things away. You can still be Jewish and black. I mean, Israel. You can do a lot of these things, guys. This thing can't happen. That we are really close to each other, but then how slippery is that slope? Where do we draw the line?
Absolutely. And we already know what a lot of people think about black Israelites and stuff like that. So that's a whole nother controversy that'll add to it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. So Marvel couldn't bother using Mahershala Ali as the voice of Blade in Marvel Zombies, which was dumb. Right? Because
look exactly like him.
And their excuse was, well, we want him to be in the movie first. I'm like, you had his voice in the end credit scene. What are we talking about here? You know what I mean? You may not have showed him, but you had his voice in the end credit scene.
You used his face.
Yeah, 100%. Made no sense. And Road to Wisdom, Mr. Danny Graham said, hey, Bryon, I have some great news you will be happy to hear.
I can't wait. Let's go.
No. Do not let Danny do that to you.
Let's
Do not let
go.
down to you. It'll
I
probably
know
be
where it's
some.
going with. Whatever it is, it's going to be against that man. So it's okay.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100% it will be. But guys, thank you for this topic. Great conversation. Again, let us know what you think, but we will be moving on to the next topic. Let's do it. Yeah. This thing.
Because you can't. We can't change our article until we actually get there. So can you pull up the X-Men 97, everything we know so far one?
Yes, I can.
Because while he's doing that, this is what we're going to be talking about, guys. It's awesome. So X-Men 97 season 2, everything we know so far. X-Men 97 2 release date, plot, and everything else we need to know. So get ready, Marvel fans, because X-Men 97 2 is coming to our screens next year, which means it's probably about time for it to get the iconic title theme stuck in your head again. Okay. Exactly. I say you should be thinking about it all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to the New York Comic Con, we got to see the first trailer behind closed doors, which gave us the first look at supervillain Apocalypse. If anyone has not seen it, just check it out on YouTube. There's all type of screens that show you. I can't show it to you because we'll be banned as hell, fast as hell. Like they would come up so fast on our butts. But you can find this trailer and it looks awesome. Apocalypse is fire. What they're doing is amazing. I'm telling you guys, it is great. And I'm so excited to even explain to you guys what's going on. So last year we saw season 1 in the beloved new show, picks up where the original X-Men animated series left off in the 90s and reintroduced us to our favorite mutants in the iconic comic book accurate costumes, but they are coming back for more. Not only in X-Men 97 season 2 on the way, but now they've already greenlit and ordered a 3rd season, and more on that later. So what are you waiting for? Scroll down. Let's talk about all this stuff. First thing, X-Men 97 release date. So it looks like it's going to be released summer 2026, guys. So we can talk about, it was already announced during Comic-Con that we're going to get summer 2026. That's Marvel's head streaming service. We know that that's going to be the time. So we're looking about June. We're going to begin some of this stuff. So when are we going to get the trailer? So they showed it behind closed doors, right? But as I said, you can go Google and find it. I think that we're going to begin to release sometime, not this week, but the next week. Okay, so that's where you start seeing this. Start seeing it everywhere now.
It would make sense because it already leaked online. You know what I mean? So you might as well just get the trailer out there. Maybe they want to make a little bit of adjustments to it before they drop it. And let everybody see it. But yeah, like Bryan said, man, it's out there. You guys can watch it if you want to, and let us know what you think about it. I think it's great. You know, X-Men 97 was a breath of fresh air. I said that when it came out. I said, this is how you do superhero adaptations, right? You don't need to do one-for-one adaptation of a comic book, but you can definitely take little threads from a comic book, and I think they did that very well. Yes, they did that very well. My only worry is that Bo DeMeo is not involved anymore, right? And now, say what you want to about him, and we're not going to talk about why he was fired and all that stuff, but when he talks about certain things that the studio wanted to do, and he's like, no, we can't do that. Now that he's not there, if they're able to do some of the stuff that I think that he was trying to avoid them doing, that could be an issue, right? Doing stuff that doesn't make sense, that could be an issue. Throwing in different agendas in there that doesn't make sense. Now, he put his agenda in there for sure, 100%. We seen a few scenes, right? We knew what was going on when Magneto was chained up there. We knew what was going on there. You know what I mean? You watch any other cartoon, like the villain is chained up and he's fully dressed, but for some reason he wanted Magneto in some briefs. Okay, I get it, 100%. So let's not pretend like he didn't do some of that stuff too as well, right? But if you're gonna change things that are like, wait a minute, Kitty is with this person, not with this, or this is that, and you know what I mean? It's like,
Or you don't
nah,
like
I
them
don't know.
changing the fundamental parts, aspects of the character? Look at this man.
We're not getting into that,
Look
Brian.
at this
We're
man.
we're not getting into that, Brian.
He just said, I don't want to change the fundamental aspects of the character after what we just had in the
Oh
last
no, no, no,
topic.
no, no, no,
That's
no,
what I'm
no,
saying.
no, no.
This is what makes the character, and now you want to go ahead and say, I don't want to change the fundamental aspects of the character. I got you. I see what you're saying. All right,
Listen,
okay.
hey,
Okay.
listen, I'll say it. Yeah, I'm biased. I don't care. You know, those are people. Yeah, do what you want to do with us. Yeah, that's right. I'm biased. Okay, I'll say it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, but I do get it though. Certain things you may not want them to do or stuff like that. But you know, he tweeted out something when the trailer dropped, and he was like, you know, praising them for what they've done, to praising their work, right? He even gave a couple of comic books to say and go do research. So maybe they didn't, to do your homework. So maybe they didn't change what he had planned that much, which I'm down for. You know,
probably changed at the ending of it, the way it goes into season 3. But you can't mess up Apocalypse, right? You have to. Well, you can. Fox and X-Men know how to do that, but but if you're going for a comic book accurate type of thing, if you're going to be weaving in some of the stuff, you're really not going to mess up Apocalypse. And Bodemale probably had a really good idea with all the stuff, and they're going to probably change details, but not in the main storyline. He's no matter what you want to say about him, he's a very good, director, producer, all those things. This is what he knows what he's talking about. So I'm not going to sit here and say that would be smart to not do that, to follow him specifically. So I think that they know what they're doing. That we already have a setup to what was going on. We already know what happened in season 1. We already knew where Jean and Scott were going to end up in the 3960 AD. You know, like you already knew that this stuff was going to happen. They'll be in the future. We're going to have people in the past, and the only person that's going to matter is going to be Apocalypse. So Age of Apocalypse is probably one of the best storylines. I mean, this Onslaught, this Age of Apocalypse, is the Dark Phoenix saga. Those are probably the top 3 ones you're going to have. You know, so you can't mess this up. And because of that, I think that they're going to do right. And we're going to get more Nightcrawler. We're going to get more Beast. We're going to get more characters that we've been wanting to see. And Nightcrawler looked excellent during this damn trailer. So
100%.
I'm excited. I'm super excited about it.
And I'll say this: as long as all of this leads to an Age of Apocalypse, I am down for it. You do not need to give us an Age of Apocalypse and have it happen the exact same events that happened in the comics, right? Because for those of you that read the comic, you know, Professor X's son, Legion, went back in time trying to kill Magneto and accidentally killed Professor X. You don't need to do that, right? You can, of course, Professor X needs to die for it to happen, right? But you can have him die in a certain type of way, different way, whatever, to say, you know, like you said, like some of them in the past, some of them in the future, he dies and we see how the future plays out without Professor X in there. But at the end of the day, you need to give us an Age of Apocalypse and let the Age of Apocalypse lead into Onslaught. You know what I mean? And I think those 3 seasons, the first one, then the second one coming up, and then the third one, would absolutely pinnacle TV.
That's literally what you're doing. You're going Dark Phoenix or setting up Dark Phoenix stuff. You know, but you're going to go through all this stuff. You're going to have, you know, Age of Apocalypse. You're going to go Onslaught, and you're going to set up the most important, best storylines probably ever written. This is what these are. These are the best storylines ever written, and you can use the other comic book, other cool storylines to weave them in between to fill in the gaps. That's what you need to be doing. They're doing it right. I'm excited what we're going to get. I don't know how you guys feel, but we're going to have to check out the comments next because, dude, I know I could get fired up about X-Men. Once again, it rents space in my head all the time. I hear it. I see things happening in that world. I can see it going.
One of the fierest intros to a TV show, series, whatever. You know what I mean? We got some classics, but that X-Men 97 one is a classic one, 100%.
All right, we got to X-Men is about discrimination in America, Black, gay, Jewish, but not just discrimination, it's anyone disenfranchised. All the people that are disenfranchised, which is very much saying the same thing, Eli. So I agree. So in the book, Snape was not described as white, or no ethnicity is mentioned in Harry Potter books. No, but they talking about the stringiness of his hair, the oiliness of his hair. I mean, things like that. As long as you can figure that out, but I don't think you can do that with a black guy. So I don't know if you saw the last message last night when you were live. I ordered the book for Impossible Creatures. Yeah, 100% did. And I said, you have to read it, and then we'll talk about that. I mean, you and I need to talk about that. All right. What up, Derpy? Appreciate you being in here, man. Every time Marvel shows a teaser trailer at a convention, footage is not shown in episode or movie, they just troll us. That's true. That's true. Not in all the conventions, but the way this was set up is something they're going to put release on YouTube eventually. And when it comes on the internet, we'll go through it, we'll talk about it. But I'm not getting canceled for no back camera going like this. Look, footage. Nah, not for me.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. I'll let those other YouTubers take the chance of that one. I got a strike already. I ain't getting enough. Nope.
So, fired up for season 2, more Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler looks amazing in this trailer. That's why I actually encourage you guys to find a very legal way of finding what's going on in this trailer. Legal, because I can't say I said it.
Facts.
Collector said I still need to watch the first season of X-Men 97. I want to finish the original show of X-Men. So this is going to be important to do. The cartoon leads right into the next episode of X-Men 97. So it's going to go right into it. But you don't need all those other 5 seasons, because I really got to tell you, season 4, season 5 are not good. It's not good. You know, but what they did in X-Men 97 season 1 is great. And it's important that you go with these better plot lines. If you're going to do something,
agreed,
go with the best ones.
Agreed, 100%. I think the X-Men is great, right? But it's kind of like the original first season, the old one that we watched as a kid, kind of disjointed with some of the episodes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they kind of put episodes in certain places and stuff like that, and it's great, but it's not, man. It's hard to say that the second one is better than the first season. It's hard to say that, but for me, just because of the updated animations, you know what I mean, and the storylines, that's why I kind of put it a little bit better than what we saw. But make no mistake, that one growing up was fire. So like, there's not much better Marvel cartoons better than that. So
that is X-Men 97 and Spider-Man 98.
That's it. Agreed 100%.
The rumor season 2 will have flashback of Magneto and Professor X showing their romantic relationship. Really, and I can see them going against that. So no. Now I wonder who starts this rumor. Fernando says Fox totally messed up the Apocalypse big time and wasted a good actor. Agreed.
Yes, 100%. 100%. That, I think, and I know Dark Phoenix, the last one isn't that good, but I think this Apocalypse one was the worst X-Men movie. I hated it. There was nothing about it that I liked.
How powerful Apocalypse really is.
Yeah.
You fucked it up so bad. He's it. He's like, he's X-Men Jesus. That's what he is. And you're going to make him so depowered and stupid and uninteresting. It was awful.
And as bad as Dark Phoenix is, that last act is fire. Because the way Storm uses her powers in that last act is exactly how Storm should be. You haven't got that in live action yet. Because I don't care what you want to say, that Halle Berry Storm was not Storm. You know what I'm saying?
Awful. It takes power for her to warm up her power.
Build up her power. Her eyes turn white, and it's like, okay, guys, shoot her out the sky. As long as it takes her to build up her power. Yeah, you're with that bull crap. Nah,
throw some water. Throw some water on her. She'll be in trouble now with that lightning.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Oh, Fernando says Age of Apocalypse is my favorite X-Men
Me too.
story
Me too.
because it goes
Me
right into
too.
Onslaught, and we can just keep on going. It's just
Yeah.
so good.
I love it. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, Age of Apocalypse comic series was sweet. It was. It's so good. Poor
And the
Professor.
way you got
It's just
different versions of the characters, I loved it.
Mhm.
Wolverine, adamantium, got
Yep.
his hand blown off because of Cyclops. That shows you how powerful Cyclops blast is. Cyclops being a part of Apocalypse's crew. I was just like, I loved everything they did, because villains that were villains were good guys. Good guys that were good were villains. You know what I mean? So they changed up so much stuff, and it was very interesting. And then having Bishop be the one to bring everything back together made sense because of his power. So I thought it was well done. Well
I
done.
feel like they didn't have agendas a lot too much in X-Men when the
Agreed.
cartoon was out. They'll let a black person be the lead. They'll let
Yeah.
Storm run be the
Yeah.
leader of X-Men. They'll let Bishop
Mhm.
be the one who puts it all together. Like they allowed a lot more in the cartoon. So that's just respected. They understood what it was.
And we need to have that storyline. We need to have a storyline where Storm is leading the X-Men. We just need to have that, right? It's been done in the comics.
Scott.
Exactly. So we need to have Storm leading the X-Men out sooner or later. I get why they haven't done it yet. Scott, known leader, but for people that know, we know who the best leader of the X-Men was. It was freaking Storm. You know what I mean? And yes, you're right, Fernando. Poor Professor X does die a lot in these movies. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go, Danny. All right, let's get to the super chat real quick, and then we'll go back to the comments, because Danny did say he has something. He sent the $5 super chat,
I
and
got
he
this.
said,
Nzo is not black. This is the second time you have this, Holly Berry. You're banned from any show I'm on. Catwoman now, Storm. Boo.
I don't lie, though. I'm not lying.
Honestly, look, Storm needs to be African. She needs to be Kenyan. Coming from, come on. That's a problem that you made someone that's supposed to be by every fiber of her being African.
Mhm.
And you give her mixed hair. Like, come on, man. You shouldn't have done that. Angela Bassett was sitting right there.
Facts. And they didn't even attempt to have her have an African accent. She probably tried it and it couldn't get it. And I'm like, no,
in the first one. In the first movie, she did it for like 15 minutes and they just went away.
And it's like, yeah, they're like, no, it's not working. We're not gonna do that, right? So yeah, at least Angela Bassett in Wakanda, she gave us that African accent. You know what I mean? So absolutely,
they should have done it as Angela Bassett from the beginning.
Agreed. Onslaught, definitely, yes.
So Ryan, you are my top 5 shows of next year. Here are my top 5 shows of the Dragon. Next year, House of the Dragon, A Night of 7 Kingdoms, Silo, Daredevil Born Again, and Ahsoka Season 2. I am so hyped for Season 2 right now.
For who?
Ahsoka Season 2. I am so hyped for Ahsoka Season 2 right now. It looks so good. I think the storyline is going to be amazing.
Maybe I missed some of them, but
tell you,
they got to change a lot of things in that. For me to be excited for that, I gotta see better lightsaber battles, right? There definitely needs to be better lightsaber battle.
No, they already said they're going to speed it up. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to speed up some of the stuff and make it more. Balin's going to be more powerful, but they're going to speed up Ahsoka.
They have
the storylines that they're doing. They're going to have. We'll have a whole discussion about that later, because it's some of these things that they're revealing is really good.
Okay.
Danny says, I'm watching Spider-Man, Iron Man, and the Avengers cartoon. It has the Black Panther on it. He has the accent and all. Yeah, this one they did in X-Men was not good. Not even T'Challa. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
get me angry. Even Bo DeMeo said I wasn't happy about that one either.
Yeah, because he wanted T'Challa. They wouldn't let him use him. So go figure.
So I'm excited for the animated show Star Wars Maul, Shadow Lord. That sounds.
Oh, I didn't even know about that. Okay. Interesting.
Smurfs Apocalypse. Boo.
Pretty much it was the worst iteration of Apocalypse that I've ever seen. Like, it was horrible. You know what I mean?
No, don't worry about your spelling, man. We know what you're going with. We understand.
Oh
I
yeah.
understand. Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes I'd be typing to these guys and it'd be like, oh man. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta go back and either change it
You
or edit
edit
it,
or put a
because
star or whatever. It don't matter.
how many
Whatever.
times I sent Danny a message, he sent me question mark backs like, what? Yeah, so don't worry about that.
So they said Storm needs to be fine. They nailed it. Stop tripping, boo. No, she needs to be fine in African. Don't tell me like that. You can't find me a fine African lady.
Oh, 100% you could.
Oh,
100% you could.
Did you
You know
not
what I
see
mean?
Women King?
Facts.
Oh my God, boy! I had to hold myself back. My wife was looking at me like,
Facts.
she closed my mouth and said, "Stop drooling,
bro." Facts.
Oh,
Even Viola Davis was looking good in that one. You know what I mean?
All
Like,
up in there. Let's go, man. What up?
Trust me.
So I liked Halle Berry Storm. She's not Storm. We shouldn't make it Storm. You know, that's all.
No.
So I'm also looking forward to Ahsoka. I'm telling you, this one's going to be good. We'll do that as a topic next week, just so I could talk to you about all the things that's going to be in it. That's going to be good. I'm writing that down right now.
And I will tell you this from now, I will hold my thoughts and everything that I think about Ahsoka yet, because I have been screwed by Star Wars so much to the point where I remember telling you guys, I'm like, listen, if Ahsoka doesn't knock it out of the park, I'm done. Ahsoka didn't knock it out the park, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. There were some things that I really didn't like about it, but it was at least enough to keep me saying, okay, I'm not leaving Star Wars yet. But if
you're going to be happy, you're going to be happy because of what's going on in Ahsoka season 2. The world between worlds is going to be fixed for you specifically.
I hope so. As long as they stop with the going between worlds and be able to change futures and past and crap, because I don't. That's one thing I don't like about Star Wars. I don't like that part. So we'll see.
So Eli says Stranger Things season 5 is going to be hot. We're going to talk about that too. I promise you.
Yes.
Did you read the good news I have for you? Look back through the chat. I didn't see it.
Yeah, neither did I, Danny. It probably didn't show up for some reason, because we did go through all of the chats. So whatever you put in there, for some reason it was blocked. So you might have to just adjust the message, maybe a word you put or something.
Yeah, because I saw that what you said. You said that you're gonna have good news. I didn't see it. That's all. Yeah. Where's Mall Story streaming going? I've never heard of it. So it's the EU, but I believe it's going to be coming on Disney.
Okay.
Live action. Omega is debuting in the new season of Ahsoka. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Storm needs to be black. Then Jean Grey needs to be a redhead. Should Jubilee be Asian? Yes.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it.
Yes. What are we doing? Yes. Make her a redhead. Are we talking about hair dye?
A wig?
A wig? Okay.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Yeah.
So, Brian, I have to show you something later. They posted the first image of the guy who played the Hound in Game of Thrones, replacing the guy of Ahsoka. I have that picture.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that, but that's why I will do it next week, because we have so much to go over. You know, I had a list of things collected. It was just crazy, man. It's crazy. So, Andor is the best Star Wars series in my opinion. I don't even think that's even saying anything, man. That's not even, the Mandalorian is definitely is better. But it's not even saying anything about it, because it's not even Star Wars has a terrible series.
Listen, Fernando, you've been on point throughout this whole time we've been doing this show. But you start talking about Andor, I'm gonna have to time you out, homie. I'm gonna have to time you out.
He likes Andor. He and Collector both like Andor, and you know, I argue about it, but I respect their opinion. It's fine.
Yeah, of course.
You can be wrong. Of course. It's okay.
Yeah, 100%. Because you're definitely wrong. Because Andor is the nighttime, stiffly sneezing, coffee head, snuffy nose, so you can rest medicine. That's exactly what Andor is. Because I put that thing on and I was sleeping and I had insomnia. I'm just saying.
So like I said, Collector loves Andor. I understand them. Yeah. This MJ on Spider-Man should be a redhead, not Zendaya. I have no problem with that either. Yeah. But she's not her. I think they're going to correct that. I do believe it's going to be different.
I agree. And
T'Challa on the cartoon is the good news. He isn't dead.
Really, Danny? Did we have to? You really had to say that, right? Because we already had a T'Challa rant at the beginning of the stream, and now you're gonna get Bryon worked up again for another one? No, we don't got enough time in the day for that.
We really don't.
Much less on this stream, you know. What
It'll be
up,
20 hours
Dewan?
later. And another thing.
I'll be sleeping. I'll be like, oh, you finished? Oh, yeah, okay.
You gotta
All
be
right,
going
let's
through.
go on to the next
And we're
topic.
gonna read this ultimate.
I'm gonna wake up and Sunday football be on it. Be
I'm
like, wait
just
a
sweating.
minute.
I can't believe they did this.
24-hour T'Challa rant. God forbid Chillmonger pops in and it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh my lord.
That would happen. Oh man, we would bring Chill in, Darius would come in, we would just start arguing with everyone. We just bring the whole, I'll call E-Man, like let's go. We're gonna have this whole stream.
Exactly, Collector. Exactly. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta put this one. Say that. Let's read that one out loud, Bryon. Read it out loud.
Wow. I wish we could have him to have a video of him saying this. It's not often that Nzo is 1,000% correct, but he is on point with the Andor mess. Wow. Wow. That's crazy, man.
Oh, you're so lucky I didn't load it up on this one.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not on because Nzo already knows next week when I'm in control. Oh, we all in trouble, guys. I got pictures of him. I got pictures of Danny. Everyone's in trouble. It's happening.
I forgot to load it up. Damn it. Next week. Well, 2 weeks. Because I know I ain't got no trouble on that one. So you're not going to hear Nzo is always right next week. But you hear it the week after. I promise you that.
But guys, thank you for all these comments and everything about X-Men 97. It is going to be fire. I think we're going to enjoy the storylines as long as they, respect what's going on with HL Apocalypse. But as long as that happens, we're going to have a great time. I'm glad we got to talk about this thing, but we need to get to the next one. Nzo's going to be coming up next because we're going to talk about 2027 box office.
Let's do it. Let me make my changes over here. There we go. All right, guys. So I'm going to bring this up here real quick. Let me just share my screen. Share screen. Share the window.
It's funny because Eli says, wait, Nzo's correct about something?
Really, Eli? You too.
Is ending.
You too, Eli. So one thing I wanted to talk about is that I seen this little thing where it was like 2027 is going to be, or possibly, no, it's going to
it's going to be the greatest thing ever.
The greatest year in movie, probably in the history of movie. So I just wanted to give you guys an example of some of the movies that are coming out in 2027. And as long as I'm alive and kicking, it's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great year because we got Spider-Verse finally coming out, right?
We should just skip 2026. Let's just skip
100%.
all 2026 and go right to 2027.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So let's get into this. Angry Birds, January 29th, right? That's going to be the first movie to start it off for 2027.
My kids are going to love that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. After Angry Birds, we have The Nightingale, which is February 12th. March 19th is Sonic the Hedgehog 4. March 26th is Godzilla x King Kong Supernova.
That's going to be fire.
100%. May 7th, we have The Legend of Zelda.
How long have you been waiting for fucking that? Oh my.
Facts. And listen, with the Mario movie that came out doing as well as it did, there is no better time than to get this Zelda movie out there because the video game movie scene is on a high right now. And if you get Zelda right, it'll probably be the biggest video game movie box office of all time, if you get it right. You know what I mean? So
you're right. No, I'm talking about if you do Zelda right, it's possible that it's the biggest movie ever released.
Could be, yeah.
Hear what I'm saying, guys? I'm saying I'm talking about Zelda can go against Avatar. That's how big.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for Zelda for so effing long. It could be it.
Absolutely. 100%. I agree with you. And I think that, again, if they adapt it properly, it's going to be fire, right? May 28th, we have Star Wars Starfighter, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We'll see.
June
So
25th.
I will say this: Star Wars Starfighter. It seems like I'm looking at it, and is it possible that we're talking about the son of Luke Skywalker?
It's
Or
possible.
is it possible? Like, have you guys seen the pictures? That's gonna be a topic for next week. Have you seen the
Mm-hmm.
pictures?
No, I didn't see the pictures.
Oh
Listen,
boy, that
if
seriously might be the son of Luke Skywalker.
if they do that, I will be okay with it. The only problem that I have is that it's something that was never talked about. It's just all of a sudden this Brump thing. Luke has a son, and then after what everything that happened in the sequel trilogy, you know what I mean? It just now, if you wanted to say that he did it to protect his son, then you had to put something like that in the movie or something like that. But they never
Well, I
had any
mean,
plans to give
there's
Luke
an
his son.
EU
So
story all about it. And when
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
compare,
100%.
you compare the picture of how Ryan Gosling looks in the trailer to the book, I think that is 100% his son. 100%.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan Gosling is the uncle, though.
No, so just tell you that the uncle will be Luke's son. It's 100
Interesting.
years afterwards. The time matches.
Oh, it's 100 years after. Okay,
Mhm.
I got you. Then June
Yeah.
25th?
Yeah.
June 25th, 2 days before my birthday.
2 weeks after
Spider-Verse.
mine.
Beyond the Spider-Verse. Danny said, man, y'all hyping up the Spider-Verse is good, but it ain't the best Spider-Man movie ever made. Yes,
Do you have a
it
Phantom Zone?
is.
Do you have a Phantom Zone? Can we Phantom Zones it, Danny? Can I super
100%.
impose Danny's name or face in the Phantom Zone as they're going around?
Facts. 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 And he telling me I don't like black people. Look at him shitting on Miles Morales. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing here, Daddy? No, it is. It
It
is
is by the way.
100%. Beyond Across the Spider-Verse to me
Mhm.
is a perfect movie. When I watch that movie, I can't find anything in it where I'm like, I don't like that. Oh, that's stupid. There is nothing in that movie that I think is dumb. There is nothing in that movie that is stupid. Everything is well done. The jokes, the Spider-Man cameos, everything fits
All the
perfectly. So yeah,
Spider-Man, the way they're doing it, the chasing scene, the intelligence of Miles Morales, the electric powers, all of it was superb.
100%. 100%. Now, I did say on a couple of streams that if you drop the ball, it's going to bring those movies down. They better not drop the ball on this movie.
That's why I
Man,
didn't want them to rush it. I'm actually okay with waiting to 2027 because it needs to
me
be
too.
perfect.
Me too. To the point where, listen, if you are, because we know the father dies in the comic. So someone in his family is going to have to die.
What
They are
if
going to give
what
us
if they
such an
change it?
and
What
make it the moms. Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. What if they change it and make it the moms,
I
right?
won't be in there
And
crying.
they need to give us, yes, they need to give us that emotional, like, oh my Lord, right?
Oh man.
Feel Miles Morales' pain. And it would make sense if they did that because, they talk about the canon events, right? The
Mhm.
canon events was the father supposed to die. But who's to say that if the mom dies, it doesn't change anything? Someone died. It
He's
didn't
like, well,
matter if it was the father.
he's determined to
Yes,
change something, and he does
yes,
change it, and it ends up being his mother,
his
and it
mom.
just destroys everyone in the
Yes,
theater. Everyone in the theater is gonna be sitting there
yes.
crying. I promise you, man.
100%. 100%. 100%. That is what I'm hoping for. I am hoping to come out of that movie in tears, bro. You know what I mean? You get a happy ending, but you feel it, like you feel that emotion. That's what I'm looking forward to. June 30th, we have Shrek 5. Shrek
Mhm.
5 and Beyond the Spider-Verse are pretty close together. It's but
So is it
I
June?
think
Why is it June 30th? Because they get a 4th of July weekend. Basically, what's going to
yeah,
happen? They're going to have that
yeah,
full
yeah.
weekend of it. But I wish they would do that Spider-Man. But I think Spider-Man the worry about Spider-Man is that there's a Disney movie that's coming out the same day, but I don't even care. I don't even care. I think this movie is so anticipated that people
Me
are
too.
going to flock to the theater
Me
for it.
too. Me too. There is not one person, not one, who I have talked to that said these Spider-Verse movies are trash. Not one person. You know what I mean? Into the Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse, I haven't spoke to anybody that said they didn't like these movies. So that should tell you something. Very well done. July, where is it?
The 9th,
July
I think
July
it's
9th. Yep, July 9th, we have The Man of Tomorrow. So we have another Superman movie coming out July 9th. I'm guessing we're gonna have Supergirl next year, right?
yeah,
I think.
it should be coming
Right?
next
Should
year.
be the next one, right? So Supergirl next year. Then we have Superman of Tomorrow. July 9th is A Quiet Place Part 3.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
interesting. Yeah.
It is. It's a movie because I like Quiet Place movies, so it's something I'll watch. Um, we
Krasinski's a
have,
good director, you know.
yeah, I agree. Agreed. September 17th, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2. I know that movie.
It's
People
not for
have a
me.
lot of issues with it.
It's not for me.
I liked it. I know you didn't like
It's
it.
not for me.
I seen Tank and Brandman. They said they liked it. I'm on
They
you for
loved
those
it.
guys'
They like,
side.
oh, I did was I
I
was like,
Yeah, me too. It
you know
was
why?
a
You know
lot.
what? I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, and it doesn't mean that I'm right. It doesn't mean that I'm right at all. 100% doesn't mean the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is well. I like the cartoons.
Mhm,
I like the live
mhm.
action. I think they went too far away from that, but that's because I grew up. It's nostalgia. It's
Mhm.
those type of things can change you and can shape your opinions. Had nothing to do with the actual movie. I felt like it was a little bit too kiddie for me, but then I
I agree.
realized, but all the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies were kiddie, but not really. The live action was kiddie, but not really. He had to do real life stuff still too. They're 15. They're not 10. So that's why I didn't,
Yeah.
this, me, but
Hey,
that's just
listen.
me,
No, I can completely understand about the two kitty stuff, but I chalk it up to being as for like this one was for actual kids. Like when you go
Mhm,
back to the first original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, that was for young adults, right?
mhm,
I think the second and third ones they got really kiddie. They did a lot of stupid stuff to ruin the franchise because they could have had a great franchise if they would have stuck to the tone of the first one. But of course, hey guys, it's a kid show, so we got to go a little bit kiddie. Like if and I didn't notice it until I like watched it again and then watched the video. They don't use their weapons or really throw any punches or anything in the second movie, right?
mhm,
They don't
mhm.
really do any of that. So they did a lot of things to ruin that franchise.
They can be
But when you
dark.
talk about, yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninja
yeah,
Turtles can be dark as shit,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why I want it to be dark a little bit. But
First movie was classic, greatest Ninja Turtle movie of all time.
love
Definitely.
it. All right.
October 1st, we have The Batman 2. And I'm sure you guys could tell by my reaction right away that that was the movie that I was
Let's
about to talk about.
go! We
We
got
got The
it.
Batman
We
2.
did it, guys. We did though.
I am
I'll
not.
put it like this, guys. I'm gonna lay this out for everybody. If Supergirl doesn't do big numbers, and the Batman Part 2 does $1 billion, watch it be that's gonna be the real Batman. They're going to make James Gunn have him as the Batman.
I could see that. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
They say you can't make good Batman movies. You can't make good movies, and we're going to make you use him as the Batman. I'm telling you.
Facts. And November 24th, Frozen 3, good kid
Thanksgiving
movie,
is going to
probably
be
gonna
all
make a
about
billion
Frozen.
dollars.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
make. It
probably
might
gonna
make two.
yeah, 100%. But December, this is the big one. December 17th, we have Avengers Secret War. And on the same day, we have Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum. One of those movies is gonna have to change.
Who
I
thought that this was a good idea?
I don't think they will. I don't think anyone will. But man, that is going. Listen, Avengers, because I know a lot of people didn't like the Hobbits, the three Hobbit movies. It's fine. I thought they were okay. I didn't think they were great. They're not the Lord of the Rings, but they were doable. I enjoyed them, right? I enjoyed Smog, right?
Yeah,
I
I agree
enjoyed
with
it,
that.
so I enjoyed some of that stuff in that movie. So I think Hunt for Gollum may
It's going
kind
to
of
do
still have
well. It's going to still do
it is
well.
going to do well. It is
This
going
is
to do well.
Barbenheimer. This is what
Yeah.
this is Barbenheimer. You're going to
Yes.
have two movies that
Yes.
are released at the same time that are both going to make over $1 billion. That's what's going to happen.
100%. 100%. God forbid they are both good. We could be looking at a $2 billion movies. You know what I
Can you
mean?
imagine these movies both coming out December 17th, and before the year is over, them both making $1 billion?
That it would be crazy, right? Because we know the first week box office is like they probably going to be neck and neck, right? Because they both have their different, like a majority of the people who watch the Avengers will watch the Lord of the Rings, but you also have a lot of people who will watch the Avengers but won't watch Lord of the Rings, and then you have a lot of people who will watch the Lord of the Rings but won't watch Avengers. These movies are going to be going back neck and neck, back and forth for the year, for the remainder
Here's
of the
the
year.
thing, guys. Once again, this has both domestic and international appeal.
Yes. Yeah.
This is going to be huge when you have both domestic and international appeal for both these movies, and you have time off in America. Where we're talking about in North America, all North America goes off for Christmas and New Year's.
Yes. 100%.
No one, you ain't doing nothing else. We're
100.
going to see people going to see this movie 5 and 6 times before the end of the
Yes.
year.
Yes. Yes. This is big. I don't think we've ever had two movies like this big together at the same time on the same day. Like we've had movies close together, right? We saw it this year with Fantastic Four, Superman, whatever. But these two are
No,
the biggest franchises in the history of movies other than Star Wars.
it's
And
Barbenheimer. It's Barbenheimer. This is what this is.
yeah,
Except
bro.
Lord of the Rings in Australia and New Zealand is going to
Yeah,
do a number that's just never been seen.
agreed.
Do a
Agreed.
number that we haven't seen since Return of the King. That's what
Agreed.
we're talking about. Huge internet. Lord, the search, the Hunt for Gollum might make $1 billion internationally.
Facts. 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 And that alone may be able to put it over Avengers because we already know how Marvel and Disney, their international numbers haven't really been doing that good. You know what I mean?
But if
Sometimes they
it's the
don't even get to
end,
show. Huh?
but if it's the end, I think that it's going to have a great international. I think
Oh yeah.
domestically, Avengers
Yeah.
Secret War is going to make 1.3 billion.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. Yeah.
internationally, this the Hunt for Gollum is going to make like 1.2 billion internationally.
Agreed.
The question
Agreed.
is, what's the opposite going to do for each other one? So all of a sudden, we're going to be looking at it. Could we look at $1.92 billion for two movies? Yes, we could.
Just imagine them ending the fiscal year or even going into the new year, right? But those two movies ending their run close to or 2 billion each. And the end of the year, you had two movies that both made $4 billion to combined. Ooh wee! Give me some of that money,
And that's why
10%,
you don't.
please.
That's why you don't end your fiscal year until January, guys. Right there. This is why we
Facts.
do it. Right. This movie is why you don't end your fiscal year until the January.
100%. Guys, let us know what you think. Do you think 2027 is going to be one of the best movie years of all times? Because I think it's unanimous on the panel that we think it will be. I don't think we've ever seen a lineup this stacked ever before, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see. Let us know in the comments. We are going to get to the comments, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Collector Movie Man said 2027 box office, we're skipping 2026 only because we think that 2027 is probably going to be the biggest in the history. We're going to witness something spectacular that year. You know what I mean? 2 years, can't wait. I'm right there with you, Eli. He said, man of tomorrow. Yeah, we ain't. Listen, I hope it's good. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I think DC needs to do well. I think Marvel needs to do well because there's a place for these type of movies. I still don't believe in the superhero fatigue stuff yet. I just think that, the movies need to be better. No, don't skip 2016. I want to see my number one movie of the year, Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Oh, hey,
Odyssey could be good, but you know what? We'll just put enough time in 2026 just for the Odyssey, which probably will still be
absolutely.
3 weeks because it's going to be that long of a damn movie.
Got to that one already. Don't need a Gollum story for Lord of the Rings. We got a backstory already in Hobbit.
It doesn't matter though. I think that people just want to know that you're going to go back to Middle Earth.
Mm-hmm. And you can probably expand the story, do something good. So, listen, as much as I really like, oh, Gollum, you're right. I'm excited for another Lord of the Rings movie, right? That's a franchise that I like. I liked. Listen, man. Hey, I watched every single one of them extended movies for the first, like, you know what I mean? You got the
Mhm.
extended that
I've
popped up,
taken days and just said we're doing is doing Lord of the Rings today, the
bruh.
entire day.
4.5 hours movie extended scenes, and I watched those things more than once. So that's how much I like that. You know, a lot of people talk about the first Lord of the Rings. Oh, it's just people walking. Yeah, well, give me that. I'm good with it because I like the story.
Beginning of the
You know,
story.
so
I need the beginning of the story to get to the next one. I can't go to the next one without that.
absolutely. No Way Home, Spider-Man with Green Goblin is better. The Spider-Man with Mysterio is better. I even like the one with lizards better. Sorry, I just do. Yeah, so neither of those movies. I
It's okay,
may
man.
give you No Way Home, but the
Spider-Man
other ones, no.
2, so Spider-Man 2 is the only one that's even contending with anything that you
I
deal with
agree.
Spider-Verse. That's it.
I
That's
agree.
it.
I agree.
There's
I agree.
nothing else that is a better movie.
Hmm.
It's not.
I agree. Because as good as No Way Home is, I can understand some of the complaints about the
Mhm.
stupid decisions that they've made in that movie. And again, there is no stupid decisions that are made in the where it's like, why the hell are we doing that? Like, you don't get that in these Spider-Verse movies. So
Dude, you
I
had 3
understand where you're coming
Spider-Man
from.
that we had 3,000.
Facts. Facts. You know, his son should be Sebastian
Sebastian
Stan.
Stan.
Yeah, I get you because
I
it
can
kind of
see it.
looks like him.
But no, but look at the picture. When you look at his son, I mean, I'm just saying. We'll
Mhm.
talk about it next week because I could go on this for a while.
No Way is king. Sorry. Yeah, no, I disagree. I'm a huge Godzilla fan since I was a kid. Can't wait for Supernova. You know what? I am too. The only problem that I have with these damn movies, and it's had the same problem that I have with Transformers, is they put the humans in too many stupid situations and they have the humans be the focus. You don't focus a Transformer show on the humans. You don't focus a Godzilla movie. I get it. You need humans in there because Godzilla and King Kong, they don't talk. Right? I get that. But you focus on them. That's my
But
problem.
but the last couple of ones, the last 2 ones, I've been down with, man. I've been down with, and they're just fighting monsters. They're
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
fighting monsters. The last 2 are just been epic. So I'm
Yeah,
okay with it.
yeah, they're not horrible. 100%. 100%.
I
But
don't talk about Transformers because some of that Transform shit, Michael Bay. The fact that they're trying to bring Michael Bay back.
annoys the crap out of me because so for those of you who don't know, Canadian Thanksgiving was here, right? We had the Canadian
Mhm.
Thanksgiving, and all weekend, all they did was show these Transformer movies. So I was watching them, you know what I mean? I just clicked on, and I just realized how freaking dumb the models for the Transformers were, the way he made them look. They're just dumb. You
You
cannot
couldn't
tell who is
tell
who.
who's what. Yeah, exactly.
You have in one of them, you have a tank, right? I think it's the second one, third one, whatever. They call the tank Devastator. And then in the second one, where you have the crazy looking one that's in the pyramid and stuff, Revenge of the Fallen, they call that one Devastator too. I'm like, what are we doing here? You have no idea what you do with Transformer lore. The first 10 minutes of Bumblebee are the best Transformers live action they have done, period. That's what you need to do.
Can't argue with
Sorry,
that.
just my Transformer rant.
I
There's
cannot
only
argue
eight.
with that.
There's only 8 movies on this list for 2027 that I'm actually have my interest. Zelda is the very first one. Star Wars Starfighter, Shrek 5, Superman Man of Tomorrow, and A Quiet Place, and The Batman 2. I got you. I mean, some of them are kids, but I'm
No,
I'm
but
down
they're
for all
still
of them.
good movies. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm down for all of them.
And kids are gonna
Shit,
love Sonic and we're gonna love Angry Birds, and we're going to love going to go see all these movies.
I'm gonna see Sonic. I'm
Mhm.
probably gonna see Shrek. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely gonna see
Definitely
Shrek.
gonna see Shrek. You know, bring back Eddie Murphy and Michael. Yeah, 100%. Avengers Secret Wars and The Hunt for Gollum. Absolutely. Finally, the new Spider-Verse movie in 2027. I'm right there with you, brother. Will someone give Danny a donut so he can be quiet? Hey, you better watch your mouth, boy.
We
Danny
gonna
is
come.
not the one to be playing with, Eli. You already know that. All right. You do not want to put donuts and Danny in the same question because, yeah, he gonna find you, bro. I wish I
Oh,
would catch you grown ass men crying about a movie.
you
Oh yeah,
can't crying
100%.
about a movie. Dude, have you seen Marley and Me? Do you like dogs? Have you seen that movie? You can't even with a straight face watch that movie. I was sitting there holding my dog. Tears. I wasn't even trying to cry. It was just tears are coming out. I don't know. There's sometimes
Pursuit
that
of
stuff happens.
Happiness. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, 100%. Those
And you
movies, hey.
now we're talking about Spider-Man's mother's dying.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, don't release that movie on Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm. And if
It's
I can watch an animated show and they give it enough emotion to make me cry, that will definitely put this movie on top tier level, right?
yeah.
Because for me, I always feel like I enjoy movies, but if you could play with my emotions, Pursuit of Happiness played with my emotions. I was crying in that bathroom scene. Crying. I felt
Because
the
it
pain.
hits you. You understand the struggle of having to try to provide for a son and him trying to make sure he doesn't know anything about what's going on, and you're doing whatever. All right, let's go on.
Yeah, let's get it. I was looking, I'm like, oh, well, we got a lot of comments here. Oh, thank you guys. Appreciate it. All right. So Eli said, oh, Eli, you need to, yeah, you see, there it is. Yeah. Danny was definitely not letting you get away with that one. People are worried about Warner Brothers Mike getting sold.
100%.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm talking about James Gunn losing his job, and that's something that I worry about. If Wonder Woman, I mean Wonder Woman, if Supergirl is not good, and then
Mm-hmm.
Warner Brothers is sold, and then the Batman 2 does well, don't be surprised if they just get rid of James Gunn.
Yeah. For real. 100%. And don't be surprised if they decide, well, the connected universe doesn't work, so we're just gonna do one-offs,
Yep,
right?
all
We'll
one
do we'll
offs.
do you'll do Superman that's not connected to anything, but you'll get maybe 3 movies if it does good, and they won't connect anything, right? Because we as fans look at what Marvel's doing, and it's like, oh, why can't any? It's not easy as we think it is to connect these universes together. It's not as easy as we think it is. So definitely. Batman 2, yes, no, no. Secret Gollum is the new Barbenheimer. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely.
Exactly what it
Mhm.
is.
What Avengers Secret War versus Lord of the Rings is going to be like Prime Ali versus Prime Tyson at the box office. Agreed.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, that's perfect,
That
Fernando. That's it.
yeah, yeah. That is stupid to have 2 movies of that magnitude to be on the same day. Did they not see how JP and Fantastic Four and the Thunderbolts came out the same month and killed the Prophet? Dumb move, in my opinion. You know what?
Normally, he's right. No, normally
Yes,
Danny is
yes,
right. But you're
yes.
doing it during a time when it's Christmas vacation, New Year's vacation. So people are all off. All this
Hmm.
is for 14 days. Everyone's gonna be off of work. And
Hmm.
guess what they're gonna be doing? Going to that damn movie in groups. They're gonna see it by themselves. They're gonna see it with their friends. They're gonna see it with their kids. People are going to go see
Hmm.
those movies 3 and 4 times.
And I think that Lord of the Rings has enough cachet and a following that it's probably one of the only movies that can release on the same day as Avengers. I don't even think Star Wars could do that at this point.
No.
Maybe,
Well,
maybe when we got before we had the announcement for the sequels, yes. But because of the bad taste that is put in people's mouth now, I don't think it would be able to. Right?
well,
You got to
luckily,
build that
well,
back up.
I've never said this. Luckily, Disney owns both, but because no one
Yeah,
likes Disney only Star Wars. But I think
facts.
that's true. I just think that at least we don't have that competition.
Absolutely. I think next year is going to be another big thing, Barbenheimer thing, or whatever it's called, because next year we have Doomsday coming out and Dune Part 3 on the same day.
But
I don't
Doom,
Dune Part 3 has the same cachet though.
yeah, Doom only made $700 million.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it has the
Multiverse of
same.
Madness made more money than Doom.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think it has the same. I don't think Avengers Doomsday will do well, but I think it might do Lord. Hell no, it's doing well.
Doomsday is going to
Do-
make
yeah,
stupid money.
Doomsday's
Even
gonna
if
do
it's
well.
not good, it's going to make stupid money. It's going to print money. Like when I'm talking about he has his own money, he has his own
Yeah.
money. That's what we're going to give him Doomsday.
Superman is Andor's twin brother. Danny, I need to ban you, bro. I need to ban you. Like, really, this is getting out of hand right now. Right? What are we doing here? You know what? You need to do what me and Eli do and smoke some weed and mellow out, brother. Because them takes that you got right now are off the chain.
Oh my God, Danny being high. Okay.
A collector movie man said, I love the extended edition of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I watch all 3 movies at least once a year, 100%.
You
Those,
take a
those are the
day and
type of
just say, I'm going to do it.
those are the type of movies that when they come on TV or whatever, you stop and you watch them.
It's
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving, New Year's Day, or something that I've already done my football stuff, and I'm gonna do something else. I'm just gonna watch the whole thing. Sometimes I watch all Star Wars.
Yep.
Except the
Spider-Man
series.
2 is, yeah, for real. Spider-Man 2 is the GOAT of live action Spider-Man movies.
It
Okay.
is
I can see
of
that.
live action ones. It is
Of
the
live
best.
action, yeah. Yeah, I agree. It takes an average 3 to 5 months just to film each battle scene for Ring of Power. That's why the delay for Gollum. I
That makes
got you.
sense.
The Transformer movies are basically concept of GoBots versus Transformers. They are dumb. Agreed. The last Kong and Godzilla movie was fire. I could actually see the action in the past, it being so dark. I couldn't see the action. I'm Team Kong all day. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm Team Kong all day too. Do you have faith in the Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie if it happens?
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Me neither. And it also depends on who directs it, right? Because at the end of the day, if you give us G1 Transformers, you're going to see that people are going to respect that a lot more than anything else, Anzo, I bet Brian was crying at the Barbie and Ken movie.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
No, I don't
100%.
think that's what it is.
Yeah, he was crying. He was definitely crying.
I mean,
The only
it was
movie
a
that
tear. But it was like Hollywood Chance Meatballs coming like this. I'm going come back in mine.
the only movie that made me cry was the ending of E.T. when I was a kid. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. I
No,
can't lie.
Marley and Me
After
makes me cry. Lion King to this day. To this day, if I'm watching Mufasa's going, he's falling, and the Simba says, "Dad," and he guts under his blood paw, and he just wants to be close to his dad. I'm gonna start choking up right now, guys. Come on.
Hey man, I cried when Optimus Prime died. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like I was
hell
in that
yeah.
Transformer
Oh my
movie and
God.
I
Come
shed
on, man.
tears. My boy's like, bro, you crying? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. 100%. Eli said, Road to Wisdom, rewatch the first 6 minutes of
Stop.
UPM. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
it
yeah.
just kicks you in the nuts right away. Like, here
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Oh shit, I know these guys. Yeah,
What up,
100%.
Tony?
How you doing, Tony? You guys have a good day. I'm going to start getting ready soon to go to the movies. You enjoy your day,
Enjoy yourself,
collector.
connector. That's
Appreciate
awesome.
you coming and having your breakfast with us. Always better. Better Peter Parker, Toby, or Tom Holland? Toby.
I'm also
Toby's
Toby.
better. Toby's better than Andrew. Let's just put it that way. My opinion.
Andrew's a better Spider-Man.
I could give you that. I could give you that.
And Tom Holland's the best. Is the best combination of the two.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. Hey, Hanzo, do you think we team Kong because he is a big, strong ape? 100%. You know we relate to that, Danny. You know what I mean?
So
Damn right. Hey, Kong all
Sorry.
day. What did Denzel Washington say? King Kong ain't got ish on me? Yep. Never ending story made me cry when his horse got swallowed in the mud. Facts.
Dude,
Facts.
100%. We talking about where
Facts.
we at, man?
Facts. The Lion King did get you in your feelings, huh? Yeah, it
Man,
did.
come on. If you have I have an unbelievable relationship with my father. So, and I empathize. If I really want to be in the movie, I try to put myself in that character situation.
Yes.
So if I'm doing and watching the movies that way, and I see that happen, to this day, I think about it, and it hits me. It hits me. It really does. My dad's birthday was last night, so dude, even think about it right now, it's gonna kill me. So let's just move on.
Absolutely. Guys, let us know what you think. Do you guys think 2027 is going to be great? Like I said, leave some comments in the descriptions if you're watching it on the replay or whatever, and let us know what you think. But it is time to move on to the next topic. And I cannot say how much I appreciate the engagement that you guys are giving us right now. It's great. You know what I mean? So thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's move on.
And Fernando, no one cried when Han Solo died in Force Awakens.
Oh, hell no. that got you more.
It's like, you shouldn't have done this. What are we doing, guys?
Yeah, you got you more vexed than anything. You know what I'm saying? No, we ain't crying over that.
Bring up that trailer real quick, man. Bring up that trailer.
Sir.
We're just gonna run right through this because I can't believe we're almost at an hour and a half. So
facts. Facts.
All right, guys. So we're gonna say goodbye to Stranger Things 5. I mean, the Duffer Brothers say all the already been telling the secrets and been talking about the finale. I just want to look at the trailer real quick with you guys. I think this is going to be epic. That the run times are amazing. These are all movies. That's what they are. These are straight up movies. Let's see if I can pull up what these times are, because it is stupid, guys.
Really? You see, I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't know. Like, hopefully they're mini movies, 100%, because you got to end it out. I think Stranger Things was one of the best series on Netflix. I think it's really good. I know people had issues with certain seasons, stuff like that. I personally didn't. I thought every season was good. I enjoyed every season, maybe some more than others. But if you're going to give us like movie type of episodes, oh yeah, let's do that.
Dude, I had it up. All right, so they're only giving us some of them. I saw more. But the first part is 68 minutes, 54 minutes, 66 minutes, 83 minutes, 96 minutes, 110 minutes. Well, we're talking about these movies. These are all mini movies. It is nuts what we're talking about. These are going to be some of the longest total. The whole runtime is 4 hours and 30 minutes.
Wow.
Volume one.
Wow.
It's 4 hours and 30 minutes, guys.
That is amazing. That means we're gonna have a lot of good show. Danny said, gotta bounce, guys. I'm in GA visiting daughter and grandson. Show was fire as always. You guys are killing it. Appreciate you, Danny. Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. Let's watch this trailer. Let's check it out.
I can feel it. He's hurting. He's still alive. We have to kill him. After what we've been through, this thing, it ties us together. I'm not gonna. Forever.
I think about that night all the time.
Everything changed. We failed, but we need to be ready. Wherever this blood leads, I need you to fight one last time. It is over, 11. You have freed me.
Oh, and New Year's Eve? Did I see that right?
That's the last part. The last one is supposed to be almost 2 hours on New Year's Eve.
The finale, New Year's Eve. Hey, for those of you that don't go out on New Year's, that's amazing.
Dude, that's what I
100%.
want to be doing.
Y-
I'm
You
too
know
old.
what? I know. Yeah, I know. I ain't going nowhere. I might do a watch party for that. 100%. You know what I mean? Like, let's have a little New Year. Well, maybe not, because you know wifey. Like, hey,
Yeah,
you know, New
she'll
Year's.
get you.
So maybe that's not a good idea, but it's a thought. What do you think of the trailer, Brian?
First off, this is a fire ass trailer. I mean, it feels like we've been waiting forever for this damn thing to come out. But
Me too.
because they're doing so epic, like they're doing these all as movies, they're going to, we have three parts really. Part 1, part 2, and then the finale that's going to be a full-length movie, basically. Dude, they're doing some great things. I will say that some of these kids don't look like kids. They look grown as
Yeah.
hell. Like I saw
Yeah.
them in my high school reunion. Like I'm just like, I'm pretty sure I saw Caleb McLaughlin when he had some gray hair and his, you gotta have a grown kid. It's just, I'm just saying some of these kids are not kids, guys. Come on.
100%. Because it's funny because I was watching, like I told you guys in the chat, I was watching Book of Clarence, right? And the black kid from Stranger Things is in there. You know what I mean? Like,
He's
yeah,
a
bro,
grown ass man.
yeah,
But
you ain't no kid anymore. Right? So they gotta. I get it, but I like the fact that we watched them grow up on screen. You know what I mean? We watched them grow from little kids to these young ass men, and they are doing a great job in this show. I don't know about you. How did you feel about the series and all together? Like, did you like? Because I know a lot of people didn't like few seasons. I can't remember which season was what really hated for a lot of people. I think it was maybe season 3 or 4.
I think it's 3.
Yeah,
People didn't love 3.
I didn't have a problem with it.
I didn't have a problem with any of the seasons, but I really missed the boat when it first took off in season 1.
Me too.
So before season 2, I had some friends coming over. They said, you have to go see it. So we started watching it. And then they leave, right? And I'm still here. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then season 2 came out. I was hooked ever since. I will watch, if they dropped all of it right now, I will watch it all right then.
Oh yeah, me too.
The 4 hours, I'm going to sit there 4 straight hours and watch it. So me and my
too.
wife are actually going to do it. So after we put the kids to bed on Halloween, every 2 days we're going to watch Stranger Things as long as we can, and we're going to try to catch up, watch all the seasons through season 4 before we get to Thanksgiving and watch season 5. That's what we're trying to do.
Nice. And I'm with you because I know when the beginning of this season dropped, I was like, oh, let me just watch one episode and see what it's like. And it was like maybe 12. And then all right, I'm gonna watch one more. I'm not really tired yet. And I ended up watching the whole, I think it was 4 episodes. Watched all 4 that night. Didn't go to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to go to work and shit. I was like, man. But that's what I'm saying. That's what this show does. It hooks you to where you want to just binge watch it all. You know what I mean? So I like that.
Part of it is because we lived in the 80s. So we understand the nostalgia of all these things.
Yeah.
Like, my kids were like, what's that, Dad? I was like, it's a Walkman, baby. What the hell's a Walkman? I was like, oh my
Facts.
God, I raised you incorrect. It's my fault.
Facts. And it's funny you say that too, because I think that's what generally hooked me on the show is the 80s stuff in it. You know what I mean? The nostalgia where it's like, oh, I remember that. You know what I mean? You remember going to the arcade as a kid and stuff like that. So I loved it.
With arcade, man, it is so great. I cannot wait. Stranger Things just knows what they're doing. And I think my partner Tank goes over here talking about Stranger Things. You don't get to talk about Stranger Things. You did not see season 4 on the right time, so you don't get to talk about it. No one cares. You had kids. You had a brand new baby, and Stranger Things is more important. Don't talk about it.
Facts, 100%.
He'll beat me up tomorrow. We go to the game tomorrow. The Bears game tomorrow. He's gonna beat me up tomorrow. So it's all right.
Nice. Enjoy the game, guys. Make sure you get a lot of videos out there. Shout out your Bregin Bigger Ford while you're at the game.
100%. We'll be on there. We'll talk. I will send it right to you too.
Absolutely.
But no, this is going to be great. I can't wait. I think they're doing it all right. I love the Nino Brown thing that we're doing, even with Caleb. Like I think
Mm-hmm.
I just understand all the things that they're hitting it, even with the hair. They're hitting with the music. They're hitting with all the things, and I'm
Yes.
excited. I cannot wait. I'm hoping we get 10 hours of experience. I want to be able to go back and just enjoy the entire season as a whole too. So I think this is going to be exactly what I need it to be. I cannot wait. I want to know what you guys think, because I'm so hook, line, and sinker.
As am I, 100%. I am absolutely down for this, and it's one of those things where it's like, I wish it was coming out today.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
Can you imagine Stranger Things during Halloween?
fire, bro, fire. Doesn't get no better than that. Guys, let us know what you think. Leave some notes in the comments. Let us know if you're excited for Stranger Things 2. If you wanna see it now and not have to wait until it drops, because I think personally I don't want to wait, but I like the new year. I like the finale on New Year's. I like that.
Makes sense.
I like
I would have been okay with part 1 Halloween, part 2 Thanksgiving, part 3 New Year's Eve.
I got you. Eli said, gonna watch after No King rally. Yeah, don't care. Stranger Things did the it time skip in real time. Facts.
Yeah, they did.
Facts. And not only did they do it, Tank, they didn't even mention it. Like they are still kids. You know what I mean?
Like you got grown full beard talking about I'm 13. Like
facts. I've been Stranger Things in 2 weeks when I first watch it. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Kids to grown adults in the same franchise. Absolutely.
100%. Yeah. You're a little kid to like, I mean, this is more than Harry Potter. I saw Jamie Radcliffe when he was a little like knee high to a grasshopper to being a regular person. I feel like I saw Caleb going from like a little child to being a grandfather. Like I feel like it's been that long that we've seen. What's his name was Steve Harrington. I think Steve is literally my age.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we do it.
Facts. Like by the end of the Harry Potter franchise, you're like, this ain't no kid no more. You know what I mean? Like, and I get it, because they get the actors, they're a little bit older, but they're playing kids, so they can still pass, but they're gonna grow up. And then once they do, like, you have that growth spurt, and it's like, you're not a kid anymore. You're like, you can't 100%. Play that, Dial-up internet, wonders of the 80s, payphones.
Dial-up internet, that was 1995. I mean, you got some great internet if you had in the 80s. I was still on DOS.
Facts. I seen season 4 more recently than you. And
that's true, because he just saw it.
and that's the problem. That's why you're not a true fan, because true fans are watching that crap the day it comes out. You know what I mean? We ain't waiting months later to watch it
3 times, man. We're talking about my time saw it.
Stranger Things with X-File 2.0.
I can see that. Mm-hmm.
Stranger Things can be a great movie if they wanted to do one.
I agree. Have to do as a movie though. They could just put all these. I want a box set of all the Stranger Things. Do a box set. I'll give you I'll do $100 for a box set of all 5 seasons of Stranger Things.
Me too. They had too much story to tell to make it into a movie, but you could do a Stranger Thing movie, 100%. But I'm glad it was a series. All right, I'm glad it was a series. When I was watching, it was 10:30 p.m. Was about to hit play on season finale of season 4. Runtime 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Wow.
Oof, that's good. I like that. Stranger Things is the X-Files and Goonies love child. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good combination. I like that.
I like that. Yeah. Me too. Me too.
But we all love Stranger Things. Can't wait for it to come out. But we gotta go to the next topic, guys, because as much we can stay on here all day, but we gotta move it on. So we could go through, check out the articles. There are articles all about Stranger Things, talking about all the things we're gonna see or don't, and be surprised and enjoy what we're gonna get in November. So all right, let's go to the next topic.
Let's do it. All right, guys. Hey, I just noticed you can actually switch us while the thing is going. So that's good.
Hey.
I think they adjusted that because we couldn't do that before. But that's good. So at least we have that. We're going to get into the next topic, which is real quick. And you know what?
We can
Let's
just
do
talk
this.
about it real
Let me
quick.
show
We can just talk about it
you.
real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. We'll talk because we have two castings, so we talk about them real quick, but then we'll get into the real gist of what we wanted to talk about today. And this one here is Blade. The Blade villain has been confirmed. So MCU's Blade film update surfaces, and it's good news. Blade has technically already made his debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but not in his own film, which is still going through hell behind the scenes. Taking over from Wesley Snipes, who presumably played the character for the final time in Deadpool and Wolverine, which I don't think that's true. I think
I
he'll
think
be
we're gonna
back
get in Doomsday or Secret
in
Wars.
Doomsday or Secret Wars. Me
Mhm.
too. Um, it'll be Mahershala Ali stepping in into the Vampire Slayer shoes next. Mahershala Ali's version of the character made an off-screen appearance during the end credit scene of Eternals, and later appeared in What If season 3, which they didn't voice, and Marvel Zombies, where he wielded the power of Moon Knight. Production on the live action outing, though, is in shambles, changing hands several times and having to have its script rewritten. Apparently, both Mahershala Ali and Kevin Feige have been livid with the developments, but Ali is still reportedly on board with bringing the character to life. But a brief but promising update has since been shared through coming from an actress, Mia Goth, who also be starring in the film. In the interview with Elle magazine, Goth briefly spoke about the upcoming MCU project, saying it's for the best that it's taken this time that it has. They want to get it right. While the consistent delays have been frustrating, I think most MCU fans would agree with Maya Goth and that it's for the best, as Blade is a character that deserves to be handled with respect. So basically, we have Maya Goth, who is going to be the next villain of the Blade movie. Brian,
Makes
what are your
sense
thoughts?
because she's been in all these movies, all these A24 movies. She is villainous as hell. She just looks this crazy, deranged person. I think that's going to be really good. I think she's going to step right in. I wonder what type of storyline they're going to use with Mia Goth, but I'm down with her. I'm glad they have
Mhm.
that idea going on. But can we please actually come up with a plot? Can we get
Yes,
something going? Can we start filming? Let's do that.
yes, yes, 100%. Now, if you had to guess who would she be playing, who would you think?
I have no idea. Should be a female vampire lord on the other side? Is she going to be an anti-hero? Is she going to be someone that comes in on the other side afterwards? I can see that. I more want her to be totally evil.
I
I think
got
Mia
you.
Goth does a great job of that.
And I'm right there with you, right? We want evil to evil, even if it's just to be evil. We don't need to have a sympathetic villain in every time we have one of these movies. And I kind of feel like sometimes if you're bringing in a female, you're going to want to try and give her a sympathetic, arc or something like that. Don't do that. Just make her evil. Just make her plain up, straight up evil, right? Because we already know women are already evil. Oh, did I
Oh
say
my
that? No, I
god.
didn't. I didn't say that.
Those
No, but
opinions are not part of Brian the Grizzly. This is only Bigger for Entertainment's opinions.
but I'm definitely down for it. Like Brian said, she is a great actress, and I definitely think that she will do Blade. She'll do great in a Blade movie, right? And like you said, as long as they make her evil, as long as they make her, villainous, yeah, I'm down for it. But guys, stop screwing around. Get this movie in production, filmed, and get out to us, right? We're going to have a Blade movie after we're going to have Secret Wars.
Yeah, you tell me we're gonna go a full decade before the Blade movie comes out, guys.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Can you
You know,
imagine? So if we know the Secret Wars is coming out in 2027, Blade is coming after that. It was announced in what 2019?
facts.
Was it 20? It was 2019 or 2020. I can't remember what it was. It was announced so long ago. It doesn't even matter anymore. God,
Facts.
come on. This is ridiculous. We're going to get a Blade movie in 2029. Mahershala Ali would have aged a decade.
Absolutely, 100%. So we definitely need to get that going. What up, Sully? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Let us know what you guys think about this Blade casting. Let us know if you guys are anticipating the Blade movie and you wish that the Blade movie would come out as soon as possible, because I am right there with you. Dewan said a Blade villain. Yep. Sully said, "How we doing, Rewind crew? We are doing great. Thank you
Loving
for
this, Sully.
popping in.
Having
Much
fun.
appreciated." Absolutely. Bryon doing damage control after this.
Hey, I gotta
Yeah.
go. I gotta go up to my wife still. She's like, "Oh, you say I'm evil, huh?" No, not me, baby. That's not me. That's him. No, you a
You know
pervert.
what? You know what? I'm gonna say it with my chest. All right, guys. I'm gonna say it with my chest. And the wifey's not in the room right now, so I can say it with
Exactly.
my chest.
You will see a flying plane just come out of nowhere. Bing! Into the show.
You said what? So I gotta be careful. Sometimes you'll hear me whisper it. That's because you're right there, but right now you're not in the room. So, still insane to me that the first time we saw Mahershala Blade was in Marvel Zombies, and they didn't voice him.
Exactly.
So stupid. How hard can it be to make a Blade movie? Not that hard. Vampires,
Kill
vampire
vampires.
killer.
He's a
Kill
daywalker. He kills all the vampires.
That's correct. Now we do have one more casting to talk about before we get to the final topic. I'm gonna let Bryon handle this one, but guys, just so you know, because I tried to look for an actual article, found out it was a rumor. But let's see what you guys think about the rumor. Let's see.
Actually, I like this
All
movie.
right.
I think we're pretty good. I mean, we're looking at the Hollywood Whisper. It talked about Deathstroke being a villain for Batman 2. So Deathstroke will have a larger role in the Batman Part 2. He won't be the main antagonist, but he's currently looking for actors in their 30s for that part. Deathstroke is a very cool character. We all love seeing Deathstroke. And we got a taste of him, right? And with Zack Snyder. So I think that's something that you can do. I think it's probably smart to do, but do I know that this is actually going to work? Especially because the Batman Part 2 is going to be coming out next year. I don't know. What do you feel about this? Do you think that this is going to be actual, something that he's going to be a bigger part, larger role? Or do you think that this is just rumor and it's not actually going to happen? Well, how do you feel about Nzo?
It's interesting because you know me already, right? We heard the rumor first that it was supposed to be Clayface. I'm like, Clayface to me doesn't work, right? You have to have, if you're going to keep this world into a grounded world, Clayface doesn't work, right? We know what Clayface is in the comic books and in the cartoons and stuff like that. Deathstroke works. He's the person that you can have in a grounded Batman movie, as much as I hate the fact that it's a grounded Batman movie. But you can have Deathstroke in a grounded Batman movie, and it works. And I think that is enough of a villain to maybe make me even like it, because I could see the back and forth that they go, no, I won't like it. I can't even fool myself on that one. I'm not liking Batman too.
Even if he likes it, he would never admit it. He will never admit
it. You know what? If they do it right and I like it, I'll admit it. I'll come in here and admit, I say, yeah, this was a decent Batman movie, right?
I think Nzo won't even go see it. I think that's why I'm going with it. He won't even go see it. He won't want to deal with it, because if he admits it, maybe he was wrong about everything else. It's once again, it's a slippery slope. Like we talked about the first thing. You start doing one thing, if he's wrong about one, maybe he's wrong about a lot of other things. Now you're gonna talk about the Nolan Batman. Maybe you're not right about that. So he's just not going to admit it. He's just gonna say, yeah, nothing.
Unfortunately, I will be going to see this movie first day, right? I will. Hopefully it doesn't put me to sleep like the first one did. I had to see it 3 times because I kept falling asleep in the damn theater. You know what I mean? So hopefully it doesn't do that. But I do think that if you're going to do the grounded, I think this works. I think this works better than Two-Face or maybe anyone else that you're planning on doing in there. So I'm okay with this. 100%.
Okay.
100%.
I think this is going to be good. I think I want multiple villains. I think that's what you have to have on this Batman Part 2, especially if this is going to be your last, hurrah. Go ahead and go with 2, 3 villains, 4 villains. Do it as a league, and then have maybe the idea of the Joker looming.
I agree. And again, at the same time, you don't want to, because we've had so many Jokers in these Batman movies, so you want to move away from the Joker at least for a bit, and you want to have other villains.
He can't be the main one, but let him be like the guy behind the screen,
the scenes. Behind the scenes. But like you said, though, sorry to cut you off, but like you said, though, this may be the last hurrah So what do you think about using him as the villain and then just having Joker in the background? Do you think that works if this is the last hurrah?
If you start saying like Joker is like thinking like he's a mob boss, so he's the king of all crime in because he's coming from Arkham, he's breaking from Arkham, and then have him sitting these other villains at him that Batman's having problems with, even though it's 3 years later, that could work. You don't have to ever see Joker being the main villain, but he could be
I
the
agree.
main villain without having to see him.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. We've had enough iterations of Joker as time, just like in some of these, X-Men movies, right? Give us new villains. Give us Mr. Sinister. You know what I mean? Give us someone we haven't seen on screen before. And I know we have seen iterations of Deathstroke, but I think having a full movie of him and Batman fighting, I think that could work. So those are my thoughts. Let's get to the comments real quick, and then we'll move on to the final topic. And I said, we could have all written a Blade script. You are 100% correct. Why not Stephen Amell as Deathstroke?
I'm looking at him right now. Could work.
It could. But you got to be careful when you're taking these TV actors and thinking that you're going to throw them into a live action, feature movie, and they're going to do fine. We got to be careful.
100%, because you have to be able to carry. You have to have the presence. If you don't have the presence, I don't know if it works.
Yeah, 100%. Like a lot of these actors, like, don't get me wrong, Grant Gustin is great on The Flash. I don't know if he works as the Flash in a feature movie.
He could because it was terrible before, so it doesn't matter. He probably could.
Well, yeah, he'd definitely be better than what we got. I'll give you that one. You know what I mean? But it's like you said, sometimes there's a reason why they're on TV and not on the big screen. So let's keep it as that. Deathstroke is one of my favorite all-time Batman villains. Yeah, he's a popular one, so it makes sense. So they stole Ben Affleck's Batman movie plot.
100% is what they're doing. Exactly what I was going to say, but it just seems like that's exactly what's going on. They just say, wait, everyone's talking about maybe Ben Affleck's a great director. Maybe we just take all the things that he was going to do and let's put it in there.
Makes sense. Just like the X-Men need to move away from Wolverine and Magneto. Wolverine for sure.
I don't know if I'm going to move away from Magneto, man.
No, Magneto I don't, because I think we could still get a lot more of Magneto.
How do I just have stuff always within reach. I don't know.
But I do think we need to stop making Wolverine the lead, right?
Yeah.
We need to stop focusing these movies on Wolverine, because there's a lot of other X-Men characters that done well. I get it. He's the most popular one, and that's the one you want to bankable on, but you still have him in the movie and you're still bankable. But I think we need to move away from him, guys, really and truly. But let us know what you guys think. Are you excited for these two castings? Are you excited for Deathstroke? Are you excited for the Blade casting? Let us know in the comments. We are going to get into the final topic, because the final topic is a doozy. Let's go. All right, guys. So we are going to bring up the final topic that we have here, which, if you haven't noticed, we had New York Comic-Con last week, and boy, did we get a lot of info, a lot of updates. We got a lot of stuff in there. So let's just go real quick. The New York Comic-Con, and granted, if next year, like it is planned that we decide
us to go to Comic-Con. I'm getting the tickets. I will get the tickets for us to all go up there, because I think they have so many releases, and I think this would be something that'll be a real cool trip. And if things keep on going the way they're going, I'll write it off. So we're definitely going to try to make this work.
Absolutely, 100%. So it's definitely going to be something that is going to be interesting. But constantly delivers a wave of exciting announcements for superheroes fans, and this year event was no exception, offering a glimpse into the future of both Marvel and DC cinematic and streaming endeavors. The convention featured exclusive trailers, surprising cast news, and long-awaited confirmations that have reshaped the upcoming slate for both powerhouse studios. Marvel Studios showcased an increasingly interconnected television universe, revealing premiere windows and tantalizing footage for upcoming Disney Plus series. Simultaneously, DC and Warner Brothers animation made significant waves with announcements that have promised to explore beloved narratives in new and exciting ways. You know what's funny though, now that I read that? We haven't really got any DC animated movies in a while.
And it's funny because they were the best, but I think it's because James Gunn wants to make everything work the way they want it to work. Because he wants to be in control of all of it, and I think
Yeah.
that's a mistake because I think DC animation is one of the best things I've ever seen. I want so bad a Batman Mask of the Phantasm movie.
Yes.
So
Yes.
bad. If
Yes.
if you're going to go with a movie, what if they just did that? What if James Gunn just went there?
Facts. 100%.
I would love, and what it could be the idea of being grounded, but not grounded because the Mask of the Phantasm has both elements of that there. I think it makes more sense of what Batman is. I would love that, but I'm waiting for that. But DC used to be the best animated studio. Why would you hold them back? Let them be.
Agreed. Let them do what they want to do. It's not connected. It's elsewhere stuff. Let them do what they want to do. So number one we have here is Batman new series. Bat Fam got a trailer. We're not going to watch the trailers. You guys can go watch that because we already been on here long enough. And if we watch all these trailers, we you know what I mean? So you guys could definitely check that one out. Next up is we have Nightfall is getting a movie treatment, is getting the movie treatment it deserves.
We just talked about animated studios. So Batman Nightfall animated studio is going to happen. It's going to be an epic story. It's told about a multi-part film that will be the next animated movie. We're just talking about what they do with Batman. Let's go. Batman Nightfall is going to be so good. And I think that's coming out 2026.
Absolutely. So that's great. We got
crap.
Bryon,
so
hold your breath. Hold your breath. The Wonder Man trailer. I didn't like it either. I'm gonna be lying. I didn't like it either. You know, seems meta. Seems like it's gonna be a joke, and that's not what I'm looking for.
So. The Mandarin didn't work.
Exactly.
So you're going to double down in the fucking Mandarin? I'm trying not to curse. But sorry. Just move on. Just move on.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has a release window and more Daredevil.
That's fire.
I'll say this. I loved your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I thought it was really good. I know, I think if I'm not mistaken, you didn't really like the animation too much. I get it. I didn't have a problem with the animation, but the story, the episodes that we got, man, hey, this is great. So you give us more friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, I'm down for it. Right.
No, I love what they did with Tombstone. I love how they developed these characters. I'm so excited about it. You know, it's funny because I was one of those. If you go back to our shows on Sport of Kings, I'm telling you, I was not into your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I did not want to watch it. I was like, man, this looks stupid. I don't even want to do it. And I watched it. And I was like, every week I was like, did you see?
Facts. That first fight with Scorpion, where Scorpion messes him up, I was like, wow, they are really doing some good stuff. And I loved Tombstone's origin. I loved it. I thought it was great. You know what I mean? So to watch him get his origin, and then we're going to watch him turn into the villain he becomes. Yeah.
You understood. You understood why he was doing the things he was doing. That was so
absolutely good. So good. Foggy is returning for Daredevil Born Again Season 2.
Yeah. Eldon Henson will return as Foggy in the second season of Daredevil. We all saw the shocking death, but now we're going to find out about who really is the one who faked his death. We also know we're going to get Jessica Jones in it. It sounds like we're going to get some Luke Cage. Yeah. We're going to get Mr. D'Onofrio in it too. I'm just telling you, we're going to have all these people. It sounds like this is going to be really, really good. I know Nzo don't want it, but yeah, I'm with it. You know what? But I don't need Karen.
I got you. Me too. Me too. I got you. 6, we talked about that earlier. X-Men 97 Season 3 is happening, and Season 2 has a release window, so that's good. I like the fact that they're giving us, we already know that we're getting a Season 3, so that's good. Vision Quest will feature Tommy plus a human Ultron.
which is crazy, right? Because you think about Vision, right? Vision was a human when we started off with the Wanda stuff,
Mm,
and now we're gonna
mhm.
get a human Ultron. How is that going to work? And do we get another Vision? Do we get a human Vision? Does Vision go back into being human? Is that what we're going to have? How does that work? And if we have both characters doing that, is this going to be a Steve Urkel, Stefan Urkel type of situation, or like, what are we going to get with this? I wonder how that's going to work. All that I'm not sold on, but if Elizabeth Olsen's being there, I'll be there.
Yeah, I got you. I mean,
That's
for me, I think we should have got a Vision series way before we got some of this, like Ironheart. Should have got Vision before Ironheart, right? Because you had this happen in the first Marvel series that they dropped, and no Vision since. When did
but
WandaVision come out?
yeah, this is with 2021, 2022, something like that.
Yeah, you know
Let
what
me
I
read
mean?
this. So, the first footage
Go
of the
ahead.
upcoming DC Plus series Vision Quest reveals several shocking character returns and plot details. The trailer confirmed that James Spader was reprising his role as a villainous AI Ultron. In a surprising twist, he will appear as a human guise. It will also reveal that the android Jocasta, created by Ultron in the comic book, will be his bride. Will be introduced by Tania Miller. The series will also feature human versions of Tony Stark's elder AIs. James Darcy reprises his role as Jarvis. Orla Bradley as Friday. Emily Hampshire as Edith. Furthermore, the series will feature Radia Malka as an adult version of Tommy Maximoff. The super fast son of Vision of Wanda. The show will premiere in 2026. Will center around Paul Bettany's White Vision as he struggles with his memories of the original Vision without any corresponding emotional attachments. Vision Quest is being poised as the final chapter in this thematic trilogy, beginning with WandaVision and continue with Agatha all along. So this will be a trilogy that we got on a Disney Plus show. So and we're gonna get, basically, I think Tank said, all Tony's AIs will be getting human forms. All of them.
So what I'm thinking is that they're kind of sticking to the WandaVision stuff where a lot of the stuff is going to be in his head, right? Where he's going to see the human versions of those characters, and he's going to be fighting with his human self and his robot self and stuff like that. So I could be wrong, but it just seems
No,
like
that sounds like something that could happen. Yeah, I can see that.
right, because WandaVision was about, the Hex and what was happening in her head and what she did. I could see them kind of paralleling that with Vision, where it makes sense. That's why we see all of these people in human form, because they're actually things that are going on in his head. So
Is it possible that Wanda is actually making
doing
these people?
something. Yeah.
She's creating this world where they could be
Mhm.
real humans. Doing this,
Yeah.
it's very similar to what we have in WandaVision. To
I
try to
can see
get
that.
him to gain his memories and understanding he could be human. Humanity is still good for AI. AI could have that humanity connection to try to
Yeah.
bring back Vision.
I could definitely see that. And I could also, because we didn't see her name in there, right? So I could see she popping up, towards the end of the series or whatever. But she's definitely going to be there somewhere
Yeah,
or other.
there's
She
been a lot of
gotta.
reports saying that we're gonna get Elizabeth Olsen, and
Yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah,
waiting for the biggest thing for her, because Elizabeth Olsen, I don't care what anyone says, it's fine. She's fine.
I'm right there with you, brother. I don't disagree with you.
So
So,
you can
guys,
say
let us.
whatever you want. I really don't care. I want to stay on this a little bit longer, because
All right.
the fact that they're talking about her coming back to Marvel, and this is a big story, I think they keep it under wraps for a reason.
Yeah, me too.
And she already said that she didn't really want to come back to Marvel, but I think what happens is when you miss that Marvel paycheck,
Oh, 100%.
sometimes you
100%.
want to come back.
Hey, Robert Downey Jr. said he was done. Chris Evans said he was done. They got those paychecks and said, you know what? Maybe we're not done yet, But I think.
And a week ago, Elizabeth Olsen said she'd love to return as Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, 100%.
All the stuff we heard before.
Mhm.
Last week, all of a sudden, she said, I'd love to return as Scarlet Witch.
And did of House of M that were supposed to come about too, right? I think we discussed that in one of our episodes as well. So it makes sense, right? It makes sense that she comes back. It makes sense that she has, even if it's a little role in this, it makes sure that she comes back, because Vision and Wanda, like, they're connected. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
100%.
they're definitely gonna have to bring her back for that. And you're right. I hope she comes back. Um, I think the Wanda character was really good, and I like the fact that they did what they did in Multiverse of Madness and made her the bad guy, right? Because
I
Wanda's
like it.
been the bad guy.
Hmm.
So I definitely enjoyed that. I thought it was done. I think a lot of people crap on Multiverse of Madness, and when I watched it again, I'm like, this movie is good.
It is.
It is good, man. It is good. Like, let's stop hating on it because we didn't get the Illuminati that you wanted to get. But guys, they were in there to die. That's what they were there for. Just like I said last night when did the Peacemaker thing. There's going to be characters in Doomsday that are just going to be there to die, right? Like, you know, you're gonna hate on it because you get, like, let's say a Ghost Rider and you see a 2-minute scene and he dies. Like, oh, I can't believe that they killed Ghost Rider. He's gonna
You
die.
you have to bring her in because if we're going to have Magneto going forward and we're going to do an X-Men
Yes,
universe, we have to have Wanda. She
yes,
has to
yes,
be a mutant.
yes. And when they reboot it, soft reboot it, we're going to have Magneto, Magneto and Quicksilver being, I'm sorry, Wanda and Quicksilver being
Being
Magneto's
Magneto's
children.
children, 100%.
Right. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with it. I think it's going to be absolutely fire with what they do. Was there
And
anything
Elizabeth
else
Olsen's
that?
only 36 years old, guys. She's only 36.
Yeah.
You can do this. Do it. Give us 6 more years of you doing and wearing those outfits. That's 6 more years. I'll be good with that.
Brian, you're turning into Tony on this stream right now. What are we
Boy,
doing here?
I ain't going all that far.
You know what I mean? Like
But
Brian,
no,
Brian.
I'm excited. I think she's a good actress too, and I think she's done a good job. But she's been born up in this thing. As you know, Fernando was asking. I didn't realize she was related to the Olsen twins. She's the little sister of the Olsen twins. She's been in
Yeah,
this business for forever. So like,
yeah.
she knows how to do that, and she knows how to be a great actress in that way. So if I could get eye candy along with a great storyline and great actress, I'm good with it.
I agree with you 100%. 100%. Was there anything else that we didn't cover from the Comic Con that you wanted to talk about real quick?
No, I mean, I love Interview with the Vampire, the stat thing, but you can check out my channel to talk about that because I mean, he hasn't been on that Interview with the Vampire thing, but it looks amazing. There's
Yeah, I skipped
so
it.
much going on within comic book stuff and in these books things. It's awesome, and I love that New York Comic Con is getting a little bit of love because San Diego is so hard to get to,
Yeah,
and I actually
yeah.
get something out of New York.
Yeah. Because San Diego is usually the big Comic Con, right? So, but yeah, you guys talked about that interview. I skipped. I was like, nope, done. You guys can talk about that yourself. I
I
am
like
good.
Anne Rice. I like Anne Rice, so it's okay. But I understand. I understand. I really do.
But guys, if you want, you can go on YouTube, right? And you could just put in, Comic Con trailers, and you will get all the trailers from Comic Con because there's a lot of stuff that were there that we didn't talk about. There's a lot of stuff that I seen that was very interesting where I'm like, oh, this looks good. I'll say this. I wasn't sold on Predator Badlands. Then I
It
seen
looks
that
so
last
good.
trailer and I
Mhm.
was like, oh, this looks kind of good. The
Yeah.
only problem that I have again is, and I say this again, and I hope they, make me change my mind on it. I just never was a fan of having the Predator being like the anti-hero, the main antagonist or whatever
I,
like that. You know
I
what I
think what
mean?
they're
So
going to do with Predators, they're going to make a non-monolithic group. They're not just
yeah,
all evil. They're not all
yeah,
good.
yeah,
They're all those things. And which makes
yeah.
sense because they're just like humans are not all evil or good. I mean, we're mostly evil, but we're not all anything. So you can
Mhm.
have different of people within it that
No,
connect.
I agree with. No, I agree with you 100%. I'm
But
just more on the evil Predator side. You know what I
I'm
mean?
bleeding my aliens. I want all my
Yeah.
aliens with acid blood be evil.
Yes, 100%. 100%. So, guys, let us know what you guys thought about the Comic Con New York. We'll get to the final comments and then we will close it up for the day. Um, he said, enough Joker for a little while there are so many Rogue Gallery characters we have not seen in the Batman movie.
We talked about
Agree.
that. Me and Anzo, me and Tank and Brandman went and talked about there's at least 50, 60.
Yeah. Yeah. I seen when you guys did the list of all the Batman villains and stuff like that, right? And here's the thing. because I know a lot of them are like, oh well, people don't know these villains, but sooner or later you're gonna
You can
have to
put 4 of
introduce
them
them.
together. But if you put
Yes,
4 of them together and you put one what you do know and then 3 other ones that you don't know, you can explain how they're all
yes,
connected, it
yes,
works.
yes. Because sooner or later you're gonna have to give some of these like lower tier guys a push anyways, right? So might as well just do it as like maybe a secondary villain or something like that. A live action Batman Sub-Zero would be dope.
I
Facts.
agree.
Last bunch of DC animated wasn't good.
Aztec
Aztec Batman wasn't good.
yeah.
The last one I seen was Age of Apocalypse. No, not Age of Apocalypse. Um,
The
shit.
last Superman. What's the last Superman one I just saw?
Oh yeah, Man of Tomorrow. I seen that one
Yeah.
too. I seen that one too. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you're right. You're right. The last couple ones weren't that good. Um, I don't want to see a live action Ultron. That sounds lame. At first, I was like weird too, but then when I thought about it, maybe being in his head where
Mhm.
he's visualizing the sounds as people, I said,
Or
okay,
Wanda giving them bodies to try to get him to understand his humanity.
yeah, yeah, I could see that too. I didn't know until recently. Okay, yeah, 100%. Magneto is also connected to Wanda. Yes, yes,
Yep.
he is. People wanted Crazy Wanda. Once they got Crazy Wanda, they couldn't handle it. Uh,
Exactly. You couldn't handle what it is, but as Anzo says a lot of things about women. I'm once again that has no part of Brian the Grizzly is saying that. That's not what I'm saying. You know, but,
hey,
yeah. Women are a little crazy though. I'll say that
and
women are a little crazy. I'm not saying that we don't make them that way, but women
yeah,
are a
oh,
little.
100%. But the crazy ones, you're the best nookie. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Got one sitting right beside me. I'm just saying. I walked Doctor Strange 2 about 10 times. Yeah, that's really
I
good.
have to.
Um,
It's so
yeah.
good. I sit there and just watch it while I was traveling back from Florida. I was just listening to it.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really good. Well, a fine woman should be treasured. Oh, we know what you think about fine women, Tony. Already, Brian was already channeling his inner Tony in this stream today. I had to tone him down a little bit. Say, hey, Brian, Saturday morning cartoon show. He ain't talking about none of that, right?
Hey, Marvel did it. That's all I'm saying. Marvel did it.
Absolutely. Have y'all ever been to a Comic Con? I've been to one of the Comic Cons here in Montreal, just one, right? But I know Brian and those guys.
I've been to Chicago. I go to C2E2 all the time. I've been to Indianapolis. I've been to Las Vegas. But I have not gone to New York, so that's why I'm interested in doing that. That'll be a real fun thing. I've been to
Absolutely.
Detroit too. Detroit has one too.
Oh, nice. My one problem, Multiverse of Madness, go more crazy with multiverse. I can get that. I understand that's what people had an issue with, and
But
you're
if
not wrong.
it was during the pandemic, and if they never did all those releases of all the crazy things that could have happened, you wouldn't have had
Yeah,
a problem with it. If you had no idea what was happening in
yeah,
Multiverse of Madness, you would have loved the movie. But they told you all these
agree.
crazy things that they're trying to do that they couldn't
Yeah,
figure out a way to do, and that just made
yeah,
the movie look like, oh, it didn't have this thing I was really looking forward to. Yeah,
agreed, 100%. I mean, I don't want to see a
that's
human live
human.
action. No, we got
No,
it, we
I
got it, and
totally
I
understand.
get you. Yeah, yeah, I do understand that too, right? But at the same time, like I said, if they do it in a way where it's like this is what we're going with, like it's in his head, or like you said, Wanda Hex um, trying to convince Vision that he's human and
Mhm.
remind him of who the Vision he used to be, it could probably work. It could probably work. So.
Agreed.
But guys, we've been on here for it seems like it's getting longer. Every freaking time we do the show, like 2 hours,
Well,
13 minutes.
we didn't. To be fair, we didn't have one last week, so this is both
Yes,
weeks together. That's why we
yes,
had this long show because we had to do it.
yes. And you guys engaging in the chat, because I know one week we had to rush, so we didn't get to all the chats. I like to at least try and get through most of the chats that you guys are in here, because at the end of the day, you don't need to turn on your computer and sit down and watch us. You don't need to do that. Right.
I
And the
appreciate
fact that
that.
you guys do with that, it's appreciated to everybody. Everybody that I stream with, I know that we are like, you know, you guys being here make it fun. And I also know that if we ever did get big, we will never forget the day ones. Never. You day ones will always be the most important viewers to us because you watched us when we were nothing, when we did nothing, when we had nothing, when we had one or two people in our streams. You guys were there and making comments. So I appreciate you. And just you guys, you know who you are. You know who the day ones are. Y'all know who you are. And we have nothing but respect for you guys.
Yeah,
nothing
but love for you guys, and appreciate you guys coming and watching us. We're getting better every single time we're doing this. So as long as we continue to be consistent, we'll continue to do that, and we'll continue to give you guys the love for all the stuff that happens. Thank you guys for being here with us.
Absolutely, 100%. Bryon, tell the people where they can find you one last time, sir.
Hey, you know, on 1/3 of the Spoiler Kids, we go live Monday, Thursdays, Saturday nights, Saturday mornings. You want to see me? I'm right here with that man on the Rewind. We're going to be going through all these topics, having a whole lot of fun. I appreciate you guys being there, but I appreciate him coming up with the idea first. So,
listen, man, I appreciate you saying yes. Like, I didn't even have to ask you. I said, hey, I got an idea for an idea. Bryan's like, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, hey, you know, and I think we flow. We really flow, especially on this show. We flow. We know when to cut it off. We know when to cut off. No, we know it. You know what I mean? It's just real good. And I appreciate it. And granted, there will be a day where Bryon can't make it again. Maybe Tank will come in. Maybe Danny will come in, right? We definitely have people who will come in and step in for us if one of us can't make it. So we always want to make sure that the rewind at least gets done if it can get done. We get that sometimes life gets in the way and it can't. There's nothing we can do about it. But as long as we can get up in the morning to do this show, we will do this show. To me, this is one of my favorite shows to do. So
easily, 100%.
So with that being said, guys, thank you once again. Peace, love, and hair grease. We'll see you next week. Peace. Mother ever. I meant to move the outro, not that. Sorry. Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.